You pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call. Alderman Rice.
Here.
Alderwoman Baker. Here. Alderman McDonald.
Here.
Alderman Holton.
Present.
Mayor Holton. Okay, review the reorganization of the board. Since the election, I'd like to make a nomination of David Rice as board president.
I make a motion to accept that. Do we need to make a motion? I make a motion to accept David as president.
Could I get a second on
I second.
that? Let's do a roll call. Alderman Holton,
No.
Alderman McDonald,
I'm going to abstain on this one. It really doesn't matter.
Alderwoman Baker,
Yes.
Alderman Rice.
Yes.
That's you. Pass. Okay, reading and acting upon unfilled minutes of previous meetings. I think that should, instead of April 13th, that should be, we go out of order, May the 6th.
What did you just say?
I said, instead on your agenda, it says approve the minutes before 13, it should be May 6th.
I make a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes for May 6th, 2020.
For a motion, can I get a second? Have a motion and a second. Let's do roll call. Alderman Rice.
Yes.
Alderman Baker. Alderman Baker. Alderman McDonald.
Yes.
Alderman Hogan.
Stand up. Is that right?
All right, who was you? Oh, I know, right? All right. Approve the special meeting minutes of what, Edward?
427.
Got it over 27.
I made a motion to accept the minutes of April 27th, 1926, 1926, 20. I go behind today.
Multi century.
Yeah, I'm something less excited that we can.
I have a motion. Could I get a second?
I second.
Okay, roll call. Alderman Rice.
Yes.
Alderwoman Baker.
Yes.
Alderman McDonald.
Yes, sir.
Alderman Holton.
We're just approving just the minutes, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
I need a list made of the unpaid.
Hold on. There should be something on here about approving this agenda. Because I'm gonna stay.
Now, you're right. I'm gonna learn this job, man.
Okay. Article,
Can we make a motion to amend the agenda?
I make a motion to amend the agenda and add, approve this agenda. Dated May 11th, 2026.
I second. Okay, motion and second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay.
Nay.
Okay,
The change that needs to be made is under Article 11, Alderman Spinier is no longer on the board, and that should be changed to Alderman Baker.
it's the little things that get away from us sometimes. And I don't have all my voting for anything.
And add Alderman Holcomb. Sorry, it's
To amend the agenda to change, under reports of officers, to change Alderman Spinier to Alderman Baker, and to add Alderman Holcomb as with Parks and Recs. So you say, I'll second it. Okay, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Okay, next is okay. Here's all the bills we have, bring the catch up on them. Yeah, we have the water bill. There's 2 meridian bills. I thought I know what those are. I apologize for that. I was getting it ready late. Oh. Oh, it's this one.
Okay.
It's kind of
It took me a minute too.
it's looking way better.
That's all exact.
Just they came to the Meridian statement came to the city of Silex NO email, and they finally contacted me and said, "Where's our money?" Well, you know. I do not have anything else. Do not need other bills. Amron's usually later than month. And
We can't pay you salary regularly.
general. So you have the Pike County bill.
Yeah.
That is, she billed us, incorrectly. That's actually for $70 less. So the total on that is $4,944.58.
4,000 what?
90, 44.58. And then the two Meridian statements. And the bank cards vacancy. Now there's a charge you'll see on there for Ambassador Plumbing. They were here and they had to have their money and they had to sign the check, so I used credit card for that. $1,081.40.
What did he repair? I thought Bill did that.
No, that was that was the filter house.
Oh.
That was a filter house. So that can come out of sewer and go back into general.
So that's what was paid in February?
See what?
It was paid in February?
Yes. And it had been approved and done. I just didn't.
No, it wasn't February. Yeah.
Just doesn't get a chance. We haven't met in order to ratify it.
And you said the big raise thing is coming in.
Next month. Yeah, that's a freebie.
Yeah.
Do we have anything on the $20,000 paid to Fire County on what accounts that came out of?
Just what we agreed on that night. I mean, it's not out of general, it's not out of, I have proposal in the folder. It's not out of general, it's not out of, credit card, and from out of, escrow. Yeah,
Is the escrow the old police account?
now the escrow, I don't know, but the escrow is the one for the properties. And we have a thing now that money, that's done, so that money will be coming back to us. I don't know, police account, I don't. That's fine. So it warm in here and everything? Forgot to man. Cold in that. So the credit card bill balance is $459.24.
Is that added into the funds that you have to take for the water?
You know, that would be a sewer.
Or sewer?
Yeah.
If they use their credit card, isn't they paying for the water and the city bill?
No, it's credit card, our credit card.
Oh.
I paid for the builder house,
Yeah.
our credit card.
Oh, okay. You said if what they pay the water bill, it goes through another.
Yeah, that's only water bill.
I guess, yeah, that's what I thought.
Goes through an account.
Yeah, okay.
Is there a bill for the credit card in here?
Yeah, Central Bank. Okay.
Do we have the statement show what we purchased or something?
Yeah, one page.
What was $1,123?
That's already been paid for. Well, that was back in March. I don't know.
That's all the statement shows.
So the only two bills coming out of general currently are the Central Bank and Meridian Waste, correct?
Yes.
And then Mike Henry is technically already paid for, so that wouldn't
It's
be,
all ratifying it.
but he'd already been paid, so that's already in the accounts.
Right, and Ambassador Plumbing, we're ratifying.
But those would come out of, well, the plumbing would come out of sewer. I'm just wondering about general development. So after paying those two bills, that would leave us with $4,864.85 in general.
Well, just remember that water bills are getting ready to be prepared.
Water is what?
Water bills are getting ready to be done.
Okay, but how does that really help general?
Trash.
Oh, trash, okay.
This is so wonderful time it's been. I'm saying.
Do what?
I said we said in the room, and what's the other one? Ambassador.
Central Bank.
Oh, Central.
Yeah. And then after we take the water, that price was roughly $800 in the water tanks.
There has since been, strike payments that have been made, that's the credit card payments that I have yet to transfer over into the accounts. So as they come in now, I'm trying to do that. Because it goes into that credit card, water, credit card account.
Do we have a guesstimate on how much that would go into the water account?
I don't know.
I'll make a motion we pay the bills. Because I don't want to get behind on the water, don't pay it again.
No.
That was a good thing.
I have a motion, I get a second.
I second.
Roll call, Alderman Wilson.
I would agree on everything, other than the credit card, until we see the statement and see what we spent $1,500 before, $1,540.64. Yes, right here.
Well, 1081 of that is the ambassador permit, plus the fees for that. And then the Quill Corporation is always chocolate, paper, folding, things like that.
That's Quill, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What is Quill?
The office supplies. Alderman,
Yes.
Alderman Baker,
Yes.
Alderman Rice,
Yes.
motion carries. Financial report or the printout from the bank showing all the accounts. Last meeting I had a bank statement in your packets. Billy, yours should be in there. It is what it is. Project updates. The sewer project is getting ready to start on phase 3. And then I'm working with Bob Bay. He's going to finish the fencing on the green deals over there. His bid was much cheaper than what we can do. We'll be paid by the grant, but it was much cheaper than we had. Water project. One more thing that needs to be done, I think, is the painting on the tower.
Were they going to come finish that? What
Yes.
color was that? Look after it, what owls?
Lights.
Oh.
Oh, there'll be owls on this. It's just like,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You know when they're gonna put the fence back up?
I haven't heard.
Can I ask a question about that dirt that came from the water tower bill? Somebody, I don't know who this is coming over and getting on it.
TJ, he lives up here on Lincoln Lane.
Well, is he insured?
It's his equipment.
Oh, it is? That's what's he doing?
He's moving the dirt to Bob Day everything else.
Oh, okay.
And he's actually put some on my property too.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that he owned that property. Because
No, Corey Eddie does. Bob they get the dirt we give to the father. And Bob doesn't let anybody in the city that wants it in it till he's gone.
Okay.
And Mr. O'Neilly, TJ, what I call him, he's doing a big project on Duncan Mansion, building a driveway for his shop. That's where most of the dirt's going.
Okay. I didn't know if anybody knew who he was.
Yeah, I met him.
Okay.
We should be ramping up lead service again. Kind of got pushed by the wayside, but it should be ramping up again. Streets, Dawn was here the other day, and she's going to, we did pick a contractor, and she's going to vet them and make sure that DNR, not CDBG, approves. So, moving along with that as well.
What does she think our chances are?
I think that she seems to think they're pretty good.
Oh, good.
You know. So, and that's it for that. Unfinished business. We did reorganization of the board. Tom is not here. Tom is supposed to be here to make a presentation. We have a proposal for the website and emails, but if it comes in later, we'll. Leaves and census will go at house. I left this on here because I don't think you got that last time. I think you were going to check on some prices.
I haven't got the prices back from Mary on that.
Who else was not here?
Yeah, Derek is supposed to be here, but
Okay, so.
I'll get to him on that. And we'll get it all still. Plenty of time on this May. Hopefully it won't be closed before next month.
Okay. Interview candidates. We have two candidates. Christy,
you're right. I know you're coming to go.
no. I have to figure out your last name.
How do you remember Matt?
There he is. Hi. Christy and Kayla. Now I have both of their, Christy Ray, thank you. I have both their resumes here where, and Christy came today to fill out an application. Kayla has filled out an application. So, anybody who wants to look at these can do so. Kayla is not able to be here tonight. She's in the hospital. But she said she might be able to answer some questions via phone if you all wanted to do that.
It's her herself in the hospital.
It is her herself.
We're taking turns. I was in last week.
Yeah. Let me text and see if she's willing to do that. She may not feel like it. Until I hear from her, I suppose we should go back up to Mr. Moore. No. I lost it.
How do you need me?
Well,
Pretty good card.
I think you're blind as a bat. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so the thing that I'd like to address initially is where we stand on for the contract work for working for the city to handle the IT, to handle the webpage that was built, to handle pretty much everything for that city needs in order to continue to move forward. Remain compliant, stay out of the bad areas of the sunshine law, to get the security back into check, or into check, period. I mean, the city's for a long time has ignored this. We just felt, with the terror leaving and the computers getting locked out of emails and interruptions to the city, to operations, which pretty much brought it to a standstill. You've got computers that have issues right now. They don't have any security on. You're just not in a good spot as far as running the operations of the city. And I feel that I can, benefit the city in that standpoint.
Yeah, in this day and age of cybersecurity, we're pretty vulnerable.
How much the tax writers you gotta pay for this? Everybody in here.
Time?
Well, you know what? And I'm kind of tired of hearing. I don't know. Actually, I know that I don't answer this to you. I'm answering to the council. So
How much is it?
I expect not.
you cannot cost you a thing. I'm actually gonna take a play out of Mr. Elliott's playbook because I thought that was a very good thing that he did and everything else, and I'm gonna serve the city for free. I'm not gonna charge you a thing for it. The only thing that will cost you is overhead.
How much is that?
Overhead is whatever you have to buy for equipment. For instance, the computers and memory. I picked up memory for the computers. This was $100 and some odd, and you need a Windows 11 Pro upgrade on the city clerk computer because it's Windows 10, which hasn't been supported for I think going on between 7 and 10 years. So it's only a heartbeat away. The ring can't even really get into subs right now because those computers were not purchased properly. They were only purchased with 8 gigabytes of memory. And as time marches on and more stuff happens and the programs change and overhead changes and what you have to operate on a computer, then, you have to have sufficient memory in there in order to be able to operate. And she just pretty much slugs to a crawl. So I would have remote agents on there that allow me to be able to jump in at any time and help. It would be monitoring. It'll be network monitoring. It'll be cybersecurity. So it'll be that product called Sentinel-1 that sits on those computers. I would handle all the network issues. We'll be able to get rid of the phone bill cost because we'll be able to take it to the dial tone that I have, which is menial as far as the phone bill goes. I was going to include that in there, less than what you're paying now.
Why they're showing allowed to speak?
I don't think it just.
I can answer a question.
No, you can't. I'm just public comment.
So right now, and I'll entertain it. I think the bill is probably between $60 and $70 a month per your dollar tone. I'll probably take it down to like $10 a month.
And the .gov emails are much more secure than Gmail or AOL and they're traceable and they're sunshineable.
Yes, they're 100% sunshineable. Every communication that goes across. My recommendation is that text messages stop. And all communication either goes to the website, which all of the councilmen have user access to, where they can message, and it's restricted to make sure that it doesn't end up in a forum. Unlike text messages, because text messages can be blasted out to all councilmen at once, and there's very many forums, and which is, that's horrible. If you send out one message to everybody else for whatever purposes, then that's a violation of sunshine law. And then plus, these are all personal email addresses and personal cell phones. And I seriously doubt that any of you up there would want to give up your phones to go through and have all those messages subpoenaed mixed in with personal messages and everything else. You know, law enforcement's the same reason why we don't use our phone for a stopwatch and a DWI, because our phone can be subpoenaed and everything on that phone goes with it. So all the communications would either go through the .gov emails that's already been set up, or communication directed to the site. The other advantage today is that everybody in this town can get onto the website and message their alderman and have a conversation, and the whole conversation is audited, saved, tracked, and it can be sunshineable at any point in the game in case there's ever a, oh, well, you said you were going to do this. You can't cover that in phone calls and by conversations. So, you know, it actually protects the alderman by the time it's all said and done. Because there is an electronic paper trail to be able to have that. It also, we built in, to where the alderman can actually put on things on the agenda that they want. Okay, it goes through. It'll go through the city clerk first. When we get one, it'll go to the city clerk. They'll put the agenda together. All right, and it goes to the mayor for approval. If the mayor takes something off of the agenda, she has to log why she took it off the agenda. Okay, if you all submit something directly in and it gets taken off or it gets refused, the mayor has to log why she didn't put that item on the agenda or why she didn't leave it on the agenda. All right. The whole idea is accountability for everybody all the way through.
Plus, it's going to open up communications to people. You know, I didn't go back and start the newsletters again, which I can't obviously enjoy. I can't do that. Announcements, and you can see the agendas, you'll be able to see what they'll be posted on the website.
Well, there's emergency, a lot of what other municipalities enjoy is the emergency portions, like, you know, for here it's water, right? Usually that's like a boil alert. Okay, you can put it all out there. Everybody that's signed up with the website will get a text message, will get an email. It'll go out. They can sign on Facebook on that. Everything is all tied in to be able to provide the maximum amount of communication for the city and to the citizens. That's why the cycle way that I did with the sunshine law, okay, and communications in mind. Because there's been too much back and forth with this and texting this and that, and this person said this. Get rid of all that noise and follow the rules and do it the way that it's supposed to be done, and most other municipalities handle it.
So I think that in taking that from the areas, it would be a lesson until we can afford to pay something on the
It
always be revisited.
If it's a year, if it's 2 years,
Right.
if it's whatever.
So we're looking right now at about $110. $10 phone.
Oh, for the phone bill? Yeah, I mean, that's going to go down. If it's even that.
Yeah.
I may be able to absorb some of that across my other clients that I have in the overall tools that I use, because there's not all clients are going to use all of their minutes for their AI agents, and that's the same dollar tone that's used. So I might be able to just eliminate the phone bill altogether, so I know you can have $10 a month. But the big thing is that even if we cut it down to $30 a month, that's still, you know, $360 a year or something like that.
And I know it's hard for people to grasp it, but I can tell you that the AI assistant, as aggravating should be sometimes, has helped me a great deal.
And if you want to fire email, put in George. Yeah, we can just.
It's helped me because I get an email. If you leave a message on the phone, I get an email and I try very hard to call those back right away. Even if you don't tell me what it's all about, you know. And so it's helped me to take that burden off. Because I think that, you know, it's just time that we move into this century and out of the old century.
And you also have the advantage of the other AI agents that can work as far as if somebody emails the clerk for something that's mundane or anything else like that. I can handle those things and get those answers out with the AI based off of how you all want it to, how you all wanted to respond, okay, to whatever issues. And then that way, if the city clerk is focused on the stuff that goes legal, right?
And
It's not a bunch of other stuff. Now,
sunshine law requests and
completely automated.
agendas and minutes, all of it can be automated.
Yep.
Of course, it's always going to take a human eye to look back over it and make sure it's okay.
Yep, and there's reporting for that.
But it's certainly gonna help things.
The only large expenditure I foresee you guys having to come out of pocket for is the original conversation that we had about being able to, no offense, we love you, Stephanie, but fire Stephanie and be able to put in a nation here, the council meetings
Our live stream.
their live streams.
And that doesn't have to be right now. We can wait.
Yeah.
We don't have to
It's-
do
it's-
it now.
It's
Right now we've got Mr. Eads and Stephanie and her leisure and Tom, if you can, we've got ways we can stream it.
Yeah.
So,
There's a quest to get through in the meantime, but I mean, it's,
Right.
we're talking 2 cameras and the mics that have to go up there and the equipment to tie. And then, but once it's installed, it's either automated, okay, to where it just kicks off at, a reasonable time, before and after the meetings. And the good thing about the microphones is that it captures everything that's chat. You can take the AI will take that, write it down, and now you have your meeting minutes.
plus those will be live streamed and archived on the
Yes.
website.
Yes.
It's not like Facebook. They can so the archives and
The server I've got is on, you're on for entire room anytime, well past the world.
so basically I need a motion to approve the parts to upgrade the computers, and you said that was 100?
The Windows 11 upgrade is $200. These 2 memories were $159.98.
Okay, $359.
So usually that we hit the motion to hire.
If it's for free, I don't know.
Oh,
I mean, Mr. Elliott would have to buy in there, but I don't think it requires a motion to hire because I've already signed an agreement as a volunteer basis, so that leaves it within the mayor's purview as the chief executive officer.
I think a motion to approve the purchase fully implies as well incorporates the rest of it. If the board approves the expenditure, then I guess that's how it's going to be.
Can I ask a question for conservative? Because I probably did the least computer and technology savvy person in the history of the United States.
24/7 support.
Well, I've already talked to you and I still was unable to log in. Was there any way you could at a meeting and show us?
Yeah, I'll walk through it with everybody. Okay. The email is really easy. It's just like adding me another email account. It's Microsoft Office. So once you go in and you put in your email address, I suggest Outlook. Outlook is the best tool to use as far as on your phone. You put in your email address, you put in the password, that is logical, which you can change the password whatever you want for the first time. You can control your own password resets if you forget it. You can just put forgot password and it will send a text message out to your phone, make sure that it's you, and then you just change your password. You won't need to that portion of it. But as far as just operations, I can remote to a phone and see your phone screen with you. Like if I'm on the other side of St. Louis for the full-time job or anything else, I'm able to support you guys from it.
This is what it looks like on your phone, just like an email app. but it's on Outlook.
What did you say that the bills in Pennsylvania?
I'm sorry.
That's what it looks like.
159.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, man, besides I didn't know.
200.
159.98 for the memory. And then the Windows upgraded to Windows Pro is $199.
$199.
You
Yes,
checked my computer, right? It's on Windows 11.
Yours is good to go.
Okay.
Yeah. Other than the fact that they desperately need maintenance and they leave this stuff running on different lines.
Well, I'm anxious to get rid of the City of Silex MO because, and we can redirect those emails to the city clerk.
Did you know us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because things are getting this, and it's not right for the city to be questioned as to why this bill is not paid when it hasn't gotten to us.
And the site also has, we've gotten bids in the past. It probably hasn't been the most smooth process. Whenever we've had vendors, we now have an actual vendor process to where you put out a scope of work and they go to the website and they submit things on the rules of how the bid is set up. And that's everything from street work to the plumber coming in. You have something that needs to be done, you put it out there, it goes out for bid, everybody gets a fair shot at it.
And I will tell you right at this moment, we have nothing outstanding to Mr. Moore. All the work that he's done to this point has been fulfilled.
I make a motion that we accept his, that accept his opportunity by the city,
And that we pay for the
and then you pay for the
memory and
yeah.
the Windows 11.
That will be $358.98 total.
Okay. I have a motion to accept Tom as a volunteer, and to purchase the memory for the computers and Windows 11 for $358.98.
I second.
I have a motion and a second. Let's do roll call. Alderman Rice.
Yes.
Alderman Baker.
Yes.
Alderman McDonald.
Yes.
Alderman Colton.
You don't say no till I can see all their accounts
All the other counties were up.
from the bank
Well, the statement's right there.
for the 801 account. That is true.
Okay. Motion carries.
Thank you all.
Yeah. Thank you.
But are you suggesting that Outlet is better than paying for that?
As if Outlook is better than you think, well,
Sir, I'll respectfully decline to answer that question.
think of it, right?
It just still exists. It pops up every once in a while. I will say that.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to Kayla. Let's talk to Christy. Christy Ray is here. And like I said, her resume's here. You've been impacted multiple times. Would you like to ask me any questions? Right here. She has, oh, here.
You have several ones?
When I believe the folders I have.
You do what?
The green folder.
Oh yeah, that's in my own.
I've read them all. Don't worry about quick.
This process, I've put the ads on Indeed. We received numerous resumes, but it was suggested by Gina Beam and Cooper, who is our certified QuickBooks consultant, that we try to go over someone who has QuickBooks experience, because that way they can hit the ground running. It's a neat system, but there are things we need to tweak in it. And so I need somebody that knows how to run it in order to help me. So Christy's, all of the resumes we called several, and Christy and Kayla were the two that said they would come in and still like it. Throughout all of the postponements and the delays and what have you, they still hung in there and said they would like to.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, still like to be considered. So, I talked to them the other day. I did mention to them that it is no longer looking at it's going to be a full-time job. And they had no problem with that.
Full-time or reviewed after 6 months?
It's not, at this time, it's not a full-time job.
Oh, okay. So how many hours a week?
I'm thinking maybe 30.
Okay.
There will be no remote, working from home. You're in-house.
Yes.
And as conditions improve financially, things can always be reviewed and done. And I think that would be going in, we would have an ordinance written that would say, it would be on a 6-month probationary. And the term would, I think, be 6
And that would be good in writing?
I'm sorry?
And that would be good in writing? Yes.
Is that my
I'm sorry.
6-month probation?
Well, this is kind of confusing apples and oranges. We do have a temporary clerk ordinance, but the regular ordinance has 6 months terms. Rachel will automatically, unless chosen otherwise.
Okay. So that's basically what that means. You're hired after 6 months, it will be renewed for life. Anybody else have any questions?
Letters to pay or read, whatever you know.
That's for you guys.
Well, Carol was making, after she worked here a while, 23 an hour.
She started at 20, I believe.
No, 17.
The statute requires the pay be set by ordinance. The ordinance only authorized $20 an hour, but Terry never got them in. So it should have been changed if she didn't get 20.
Please also take into consideration that the position was posted for a certain hourly rate. So
I'm sorry, it wasn't for which hour?
it was posted for a certain hourly rate. So the people that applied for the position, which was all that $23 an hour.
It wasn't 23 an hour, we voted to pay 20 an hour.
At Yankee, it was $23 an hour.
That was not what we voted on.
Well, it was at the time when we put the ad out, we were going apples and apples because that's what we were paying her.
All it requires is to amend the ordinance. It's not that big. It's whatever the court wants to do.
And we can't score 23.
Well, maybe there's a way that after the 6 months, we can, increase it after the 6 months.
Increase it from, increase it from,
I am 20, I got 20 an hour.
so I'm not necessarily 100% discouraged, but I just want to speak, from the other side. I have been, for the most part, showing up to familiarize myself with some of the issues of where the city needs help and how I can be of assistance. So I've been showing up, to do that homework for myself. The job was posted for full time. It was posted for $23 an hour. And there were certain expectations as us candidates applied that we were expecting. I, having been here the last couple of months and some of the meetings, understand the distress that the county or the city is under. I really do think that I'm the right candidate to help you guys push through this and see the other side. I think that I have the experience and the work ethic to be that person for you. I think as a board, you guys have to understand, you want somebody who has experience, you want somebody who has knowledge, you want somebody who's going to put in the work and do it right, not make more of a mess than what you guys are already in. And in order to get that, sometimes you have to pay for that. You know, we're not looking to hire somebody to work at McDonald's here. You guys know that you guys are in a little bit of a mess. We can't find things. We need to create things. We need to decide things. We need to make sure that there are multiple people who are aware of what's going on in that office, so that if something does happen, somebody gets hit by a bus, you know, the mayor can walk in there and say, it's right here. There needs to be some processes, some procedures, some policies put in place and things like that. That kind of work comes with, you know, expectations on this end as well.
Well, yes, but you understand what we're going.
No, absolutely, I do. I understand where you guys are coming from, and if this, you know, could be agreed upon and be put in writing, and everybody's pleased with each other's work after that 6 months or whatever, I would highly suggest doing at least a sit-down verbal talk at 3 months, noting it, and then do a full review at 6 months, just to make sure we're on the same path, that there's any adjustments that need to be made along the way. If that can be promised, that there's going to be, you know, a light at the end of the tunnel for all of us, including, you know, whomever is chosen for the city clerk, then I think that's something that can be done.
I must mention too that Tara was getting insurance. She was paying half of the insurance. At this time, we're not prepared to offer that. We can't.
We should never be done it. You know that.
We just can't. We can't do it at this time.
Yeah.
Which is something that can always be reviewed.
I see, I'm going to throw some numbers out here, and I proposed this previously, and I was told, well, those are just numbers, they don't mean anything. Over a 2-year period, we gave the former city clerk $15,480 raises. Over a 2-year period. That's not talking the additional $3,000 in insurance. We cannot make the same mistake we just made.
Amen. And all the changes you wanted for the office. And
Yeah,
That's where policies and procedures come from, is usually they come from mistakes. A mistake happens, you put policy and procedure in place so that it doesn't happen.
But as I said, it wouldn't have been a mistake if the board would have listened, but we did not.
And I'm not disagreeing with you guys. I wholeheartedly agree with what you're saying. That is, I mean, I like to say that I'm good at my job. I've, you know, promoted quite a few times in, you know, 2 years with other employers as well, but not to the tune of that. And especially being as small of a community as you guys are, that's a lot of money. It's a huge chunk of change.
what did we start Tara out at?
It was $17 an hour.
17?
Yes. Yes.
I have to ask, you do understand hierarchy.
Yeah,
As a champion, and I'm always here to help.
Yes.
But if I ask a question on a status on something,
You started in.
I should have an answer.
Absolutely.
We don't want the city clerk to run the city. You know, I'm sorry, that's what.
Well, not that this may mean something to some of you and may not to others of you. Both my parents were combat mates. I was raised very military, very structured, very, you know, respectful. I worked for the state for quite a few years, so chain man is big with them. You don't overstep chain man. You don't go over Lynn to go to whomever because you know that you're going to get your answer from that person. It's chain man and you do it in a hard way. You do it in writing. If you don't write it down, I didn't have you. You know, so if I have a request from Lynn for something, there's ways of, professional ways of doing things.
I want to ask the board also that, you know, we observe, federal holidays and Christmas and Thanksgiving and all that. I want to ask the board if they would consider those being paid holidays.
Didn't we always
That's
pay?
all it has been.
Yeah, it's not, I'm just asking, you know, so
How many holidays do you recognize in the year?
7? I don't know. A lot of the dead presidents.
Well, I mean, do you coincide with the state? Okay.
Yes.
Same June, what is it?
The
Juneteenth.
state is only different with respect to Harry Truman Day.
Is it heavy for the dress? Okay.
So,
I'll be honest, I like what you're saying. I do.
what was a holiday?
My negative is the accounts. In 2 accounts, we have a total of $5,000. That's kind of hard to pay.
I understand that, but you know, Mr. Rice, if you looked through my folder from the very first time that I actually came in and attempted to interview, I've got 17 years experience in running 6 multi-million-dollar businesses, running all the state and federal regulations with everything. We did a lot of routing in the payroll. There'd be $1,000 in the account one day, there'd be $100,000 the next day. You have to budget. You have to stay on your accounts. You have to reconcile your accounts daily to the penny. If they're not reconciled, they're not closed. If you don't move on it, you won't get an answer for it. And I will say, if this is just me because I'm very OCD and what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. Mr. Holcomb, to your question earlier about what was on the statement. Me personally, I would have a copy of that full invoice, that whatever it was, attached to that, and what account it goes to, what account it comes out of, things like that. You have to trace everything down. It can be done. I just think, unfortunately, and I'm not speaking ill on anybody because I don't know. I can only speak based on the situation that we're in now. I just think that things were kind of handled more on a small mom and pop shop accounting kind of basis, not a government municipality. And that's important. That's a big difference.
Do you have anything else? Really?
Well, I definitely agree with you 110%. Thank you.
Steve?
I will always be the one that will tell you what's right is right and wrong is wrong. You may not like it, but I will. It's gonna be
I know it's like that, whether it's right or wrong, as long as it's right. It's always right.
It's right.
Steve?
I have nothing, more reason to sorry about that.
That's
I
okay.
am blamed before you hear people. But the other person that's in the hospital, I don't know her is
Yeah, no, absolutely. She did tell me today that, she would understand if we hadn't gone ahead and, we have to have a clerk. Yeah. But she would understand if we wanted to or felt like we had to go ahead. Otherwise, it's going to be, later on, we're going to set up a date for a budget meeting. It's possible we could interview her then. That's not going to be too far away.
We just need a city clerk.
We do need
You guys should have, Mr. Elliott is correct, you guys should have implemented back when the ball got dropped in the beginning, the other city clerk option that you guys had. Because you guys had an option to bring somebody in temporarily at all.
Well, and then we lost our attorney. So
I know,
is
Anybody knows?
there's 2 options. We can hire tonight, or we can, put it so that we've heard from Christie. Now, finally, we've heard from you and you're all about and what you're willing to bring to the table. You want to wait until the budget meeting, and we can real quick.
Do we make a scope of work or what our job's going to be?
Just a whole lot of stuff. What did you say?
Do we have a scope of work
Statute.
and actually what her job will be?
So 79.
Let's go back to again, workouts, let's keep that rolling more.
We have one that's on that 30 hours. Do we have copies of that's available with that?
Are you going to start out for 30 hours, but, they're easy to get. No.
So
So that's
are you guys at 30 hours a week at $20 an hour right now?
Well, clarifying.
No, you did it.
30 hours I can do. If the money's right. But I would like the opportunity to go home and, kind of
Right.
make sure it's still better.
Yeah,
Spot on the other side of the head.
but I didn't want to say, well, for $20 an hour, if you want 40 hours, you didn't offer that. That's what I was.
I mean, if it washes one way or the other, I mean, it's gonna wash out. So if it's, more hours, a little bit less money, or, vice versa. I would just need to see what options are on the table and at least have an evening to discuss it.
Well, then tonight was other can't hire. From what she just said, she needs to have.
I need to know what the offer is.
Well, I know because.
Should we talk to the candidate or the candidates also?
Yeah, why don't we do that? Because we know now, you could have something in the ballpark range of 20 an hour, 30 hours a week. And we'll talk to Caleb, during our budget meeting, and then I can get back to you.
Okay. Is it budget meeting?
That's so budget meeting.
No, we haven't said.
Oh,
I was gonna say, I think that's what she told us.
Yeah. That sounds fair?
Yeah.
Okay, so I make a motion to table interviewing the rest of the candidates for clerk and and when we resume this, we're going to make a decision on hiring a clerk.
So, on the 9th that you guys do the budget, you'll interview her, and then you'll make a decision that night, or you'll reconvene with both information, or...
I think we'll make a decision that night.
Yeah.
we need to.
Really putting the poor girls on the spot, aren't you?
Welcome to all day.
I'm not saying.
So why didn't you say that?
Oh, because now it's her turn to interview her, I think I'm doing, you make the decision, just like put them on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we gonna call back any of the ones that we have, 18 or 23 week loan from National Round?
Everybody that had QuickBooks experience, we called and offered for them to come in. One lady, there was only, I think, one other one, and she got moved up. And it's going to be a QuickBooks.
I know that I spoke with Miss Cooper. Does she go back to work, I guess? Yeah, yeah. A good hour and 45 minutes, or 2 hours, she vetted me over, how to go about your daily banking business, accounting, so on and so forth. So, yeah, though she's got a lot of good insight into what,
there's parentheses that we want to put in.
she's got a lot of good insight into that.
I can't implement them.
Right, exactly.
I'm not going to this thing.
Okay, I understand.
So we got a motion.
I have a motion to table this until the budget meeting, and then we'll interview Kayla, and then we'll make our decision then.
I second.
I have a motion and a second. We'll go to it. Alderman Rice,
Yes.
Alderman Baker,
Yes.
Alderman McDonough.
Yes.
Okay, well, it's always when he comes back. Thank you, Christy.
No, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
For hanging in with us and for being here.
Yes.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
So we have a motion, with the three, affirmative votes to, table this for now. And then at the budget meeting, we'll call Kayla and see if we can get her in and make a decision.
That's fine. Can we also get the, whatever SOPs or anything's gonna tell our job along with the ordinances that we all it says we have?
That's not on the agenda.
He's starting.
Because I don't, yes, I may as well the table for the next meeting.
Yes.
Add it on there.
You want to say this to you?
Yeah, I'll have a copy there. They're here.
Yeah, she's probably like scope book, so we know what it is. Next motion to this.
Okay. April bill for the public water supply. As I said, when I delivered the $20,000 check to Pike County, she told me that she had miscalculated and that we had actually, the $20,222.45 was actually $70 too much. So instead of owing $5,014.58, we owe $49.44.58.
Did we already agree to pay that?
I think we did. I think we already
Yeah.
paid. Okay, budget. Set a date for the budget meeting. They check their calendar.
When I was filing today, I found a bunch of files that the profit and loss, they sent and also they sent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's,
So I'm just telling you, they were sent and they were done.
That's money, then it's, and one was 200 something else. And it's the same every month.
I could do next Monday.
That's not corruption. Went from $10. Which I paid cash, so it was zero.
Is that good for everybody else?
And then that much is one money. Yes.
Are you still wanting community present?
Well, we're gonna hire.
We're gonna hire one, but
Yeah.
I just don't know.
I mean, she doesn't have to be here and send through the whole budget.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's not possible. My daughter graduates the day before I'm gonna have family in town, so.
okay.
Well, what do we do? We need to do it every day.
No, I'm not saying that it's not possible. I was just in case I'm having.
Every month, the same amount until it's once. And that's what
Okay, next Monday is the budget meeting.
Is that okay with everybody? Really?
Yeah.
Say that.
And that's gonna be really tentative.
This is the
based on
month
case.
I've taken before. This is the month. Every month.
What do we need to do?
Well, you know, we gotta make sure Hayla's gonna be able to be here. I'm texting her now.
Yeah.
$100 a
Well,
month.
even she's not camping.
If she can't be here then, or if she doesn't want the job by then, you know, we'll just go, we'll,
Yeah. No, I'm talking about even if she definitely
still in place meetings.
right.
It's gonna take forever. If you get from a fellow, that's here.
Then she didn't figure still having a budget meeting.
Yes, Lee's got an appointment at 4 something, and you would be late getting back here. Then you know, then
Trying not to deal with it.
well, I don't want you getting it.
Would if we back it up to 7:30, would that be more?
It works a lot better, but, you know, we can aim 6 or 6:30 and, you know.
It doesn't get dark till 8:30 now.
The only problem with that, we were here 4 hours last time, we didn't even get 25% through.
We didn't get his 0% through, and that was wrong.
Yeah, so
Well, it's not the perfect thing. And I did have a chance to talk to Gina because she has shoulder surgery. So we'll push for that. You want to do Saturday?
I'd rather do it earlier, but, I mean, this is about 2 or 3 hours, we're not gonna get done in a budget, no possible
We
way.
won't be able to be here for sure when we would, if we did it at 3.
I'm not sure how much I'd be contributing to a budget meeting anyway.
Well, that's the truth.
Well,
I mean, I didn't mean that bad point. I said,
I certainly can see what you're doing.
Well, that being said, do you want to go earlier?
I can't go any earlier than 6.
Okay, well, let's do 6 then. You can make it, you're welcome.
I'll try.
Okay. 6 on Monday. They don't have. 5/18 at 6.
I apologize. I forget that's my heart test day. I can't be here at all. I completely forget the 18th. But what you said 18th, I remember. That's my 5-year anniversary of having a heart attack, and this one I had to run.
That Luke can have us a power, and I do that means the group. He's a tiny, yeah.
So there's no way you could be here at 6?
No.
Okay. What about Tuesday?
Tuesday I work till 10 p.m. I work 3 to 10. Same with Wednesday.
Thursday?
Thursday I have numerous doctor's appointments. Thursdays are usually really bad for me. I apologize.
Monday, the next Monday?
That's more to play.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we need to get this done before the weekend.
Friday?
I will hear all the programs around for Monday.
Yeah, it's 2 places.
Yeah.
Sunday? What about this Saturday? Oh no, my hubby's coming. I'm seeing
I can do this Thursday. I just checked that. No doctor's appointment.
Oh, okay, Thursday.
No, I can't guarantee this week. I got a lot of stuff prepared to Friday show my last time I'm at school.
Whichever you decide, I can make it any day. Well, it doesn't matter to me. Does anybody, he can't make it, Billy can't make it, he said Thursday.
Yeah, I played on Thursday. I've been Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And I'm probably pretty much going down to June.
Yeah. So whatever. I mean, going to make it 7 o'clock, 7:30, one night.
Thursday? No, like I say, I'm busy. I'm watching grandchildren Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, I've got a meeting with the Social Security people, and I got to pick the truck up to Cody and put it in school for Friday to show it up here. And I won't get away from there till 2:30 Friday evening, but they'll fight there again Friday night.
Well, we can have the weekends. No, we can't, that's what we do.
And Mondays when you have your heart test, Dave?
Yes.
What time is that?
5 o'clock.
So it's about 8 o'clock, would you do it? 7:30?
Depends on all the tests you're going to run for that. I just didn't want to usually try and get on the treadmill for 6 miles. 5 miles, I'm sorry.
5 o'clock, they're starting your stress test at 5 p.m.
What?
They're starting your stress test at 5 p.m.
Yes.
Well, I'm available anytime.
I am too, so.
How about Dave's travel? So they can work during the day? And you can eat over 5 p.m.
I get home to get the dialysis.
It's around 6. I'm good for 6. Then ain't 4 6. I can't. That's how it comes.
Unless it's a rain out, maybe.
Right. I mean, if it was Monday, everybody made it. Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. I mean, if we got a form before then, and he can make it, he can make it. If he can, he can. Whatever you all want to do. I'm good Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 6 o'clock.
If we have
Or
three,
something after.
I don't think it was kind of neat with financial guys. President. Police. You all decide. I'm going to make this thing.
I was trying to get a hold of the doctor and see if I could push my appointment up. But there's no guarantee I can.
So we want to go ahead and set it Monday at 6?
10 to 8, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Credits applied to the water bill. Per the last meeting that we had, I went ahead and applied the credits for the area billing in January to all of the accounts. So when you get your water bill this next time, Ed, I printed those before I applied that. I was ready for you the day you said you come in. So well, we can go through it. But all of those credits have been applied, so when you get your bill, water bill, I'm going to watch for the excessive on there. The meter's been working great. So when you get your water bill, that should be your true balance on there. And if anybody wants to know what their amount is, I'll be happy to, when we come to my office, I'll be happy to tell you what your credit is going to be. And I'm still going to take all of that to the bond insurance. And we get that one back, and that's great.
You're still helpful.
I'm supposed to know.
Can we get somebody from subs to figure out what actually happened?
I don't think so.
Can we ever reach out with very little color? I'd like that to see.
I just talked about it. I've talked about it. She said she'd be happy to talk to the insurance people and let them know what the circumstances were at that time, but she will not put anything in writing for us. Discussion and motion for collection of delinquent water bills with revenue. So, as most of you know, if we get a water bill from the city, we have been letting some things slide. But we're gonna have to start cracking down and get those delinquent balances.
Cut them off, after a certain amount of time. I'm sorry, that's a bill too, we have to pay. And that's what we have to pay the trash with, the water bill, the sewer, we need the money. This is ridiculous, but how far back that we owe is ridiculous.
Well, I will tell you that since I printed that for the school meeting, there have been a lot of large accounts that have been paid.
Do we have enough media?
I know.
Well, I think maybe we would have had a letter sent out to everybody to inform them that it will be cut off and the money to take to. There's that. There's like
45 disconnect.
We're disconnecting and reading that quote is 45 each, right? Yeah. Maybe that'll keep them from being late. That's another $90. I mean, there's a
I think some of the biggest problem was there was a lot of ones they weren't even mailed out.
It was what?
There was a lot of ones they weren't even mailed out.
Yeah.
That's possible. She was handling all of that. I
ain't got a bill since February.
When Cherokee.
January.
I didn't use $372 from January.
Is that January 14th or 15th, Ed?
Both of them. You got me down for $483 for 2 months.
Yeah, one of those has been paid.
Every one of these lanes shows I never go over 110 a month. Where are you getting 402 months?
When they get these
First of all,
updated credit statements, will it show them
First of all, it's not
In
me.
2 months, $400.
Excuse me. It's not me.
Who
You
else?
say, where are you getting that? It's
Your
not
paperwork
me.
you gave me.
I gave that to
Want
you.
to see what you gave me?
I know what I did.
But I'm telling you, he's not responsible for terror.
I'm not responsible for $400 from two
He was
businesses.
supposed to come in and talk to us about it.
I ain't got a bill. I wasn't gonna talk to you.
You said you'd come in the day after that meeting.
I had to work. I had to work.
There's a thing called a phone.
We were waiting.
Sorry, I can't do that.
I didn't use $400 for water.
You could have,
No, I couldn't. I didn't.
you could call me. You said I'll be here. I'll be here.
Waiting for you.
Oh my God. That ended up there were $500 water bill for 2 months. It's not possible, man.
She didn't do the water.
Who's doing it? That's the point we're all trying to figure
Not in
out.
January. I
In
didn't change
In February, she did not. It was terrible.
Tara left in November.
No, she didn't.
Or January, I'm sorry, so obviously you didn't think about it.
She was, because her and Valerie name were here on the 14th, and if I remember right, it was something that
I didn't think about it.
And I'm
I didn't thought you had to lose $500. They won't. Maybe I even suggest they go out there and check.
I would suggest before we do that, be there and have somebody explain.
That's what you want. If you gonna do something, nothing done. I heard
Somebody's got to have some stuff and actually tell us that. That would be great.
all I know
those times.
Stays
I know you pay everybody what I hold on.
Everybody. All right. Those bills that Valerie and Tara did in January, I had nothing to do with. I don't know how they came about those figures. I know that they're extreme on a lot of
It
cities.
shows December, I'm at 0. February, I'm at 500. How do I get $250 a month by myself?
I don't think anybody's saying you actually use there. There's a knowledge unit there.
Well, they want the money though.
With those very rural water, it's easy to stop. Valerie Haynes, one of them.
Okay, who on the board can call them and request them to come and check the meter? He's got to have a meter problem, obviously.
Well, I mean, meter that they can check the subs to even see if all that's correct. I talked to Valerie back at the end of January and said she could explain it back then, but I got well, then was going to have to call her to get you to come here is what I was told. I never.
According to this 19 audit, they're not allowed to get back bills.
Isn't that?
You can't stack the bills.
It's an unfortunate circumstance, yes, but I think something's wrong with this meter.
3 months no bill.
I don't know. And it could be, there was some of the meters that had invoice that was supposed to be 0.01 and it was put in as 0.1. And that was creating some outrageous.
So nobody's over it. Notices this when it happens. It flies by. Nobody catches it.
I wasn't doing that.
I'm not asking you. I'm saying whoever does it.
I
They don't
have-
notice that.
I look since February. I've been doing the bills since February. And I have been watching the bills to see if there's outrageous amounts
Is
of
that when we turned it over around?
January 15th is when you kind of took over the city. That night.
No.
Yes, it was that night. Martin Luther King weekend.
It was 19th.
Those?
Because she didn't officially resign until the night before, really.
Yeah, what day was it?
That was a before.
Right.
It was actually.
What was the thing?
The Friday. It was.
Right, and you text me later and tell me, look, she left all the instances here high. If you look at it.
I just, I think,
Well, I'm not exactly.
you're lying.
I'm glad you didn't look at
Can put it be when else when you decide to whatever thing is not going to turn on and on?
No, that was done. That was done back in November. Yeah.
Well, but every program is going to have an exception. Maybe, I don't know, somebody's.
So when you need to put it at 8 p.m. on a Sunday night before the meeting, that's when Tom Morton launched that.
And how many meetings did you not show up to?
Oh my goodness.
Let's talk about that.
I don't
Are you
think
gonna
that's
do
kind
this?
of low yet.
I'm not doing this. Delinquent water bills. When we come up to anything productive on that,
I think we need to send a letter out. I think we need to send a letter out and tell them that they'll be given maybe how many weeks maybe for the next bill. If it's not paid, shut them off. We did that
Remember, and
I'll work out a payment plan.
No, fix the bills, and I'm not paying us.
Right now,
Yeah.
it should not
So let's,
be.
you guys are on this board to manage. At the end of the day, it all falls on you guys. You guys need to get your stuff together and figure it out. Be adults and stop arguing. We are your constituents. You were here for us. So at the end of the day, that's what you guys should be doing. No matter what grudge you had hold here, what grudge you hold here, at the end of the day, you're here for the city.
You
Should be here for the city, working for the city,
And
to get
the
this right, because you all have family here too,
Yeah.
or most of you,
Right.
that are stuck in the same predicament that some of the rest of us are in. So we need to be adults and work towards it. And the ones that can't work towards it need to be phased out. And at the end of the day, Mayor, at the end of the day, everything falls on your shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Is a manager of a multi-million dollar, multi-million dollar company. No matter if my dock workers do something or my drivers do something, at the end of the day, I have to answer for it. So mine is yours. So
Yeah, if it was difficult to oversight on that department, that's for sure.
we need to get it together and be adults.
And so,
Because at the end of the day, and I said it to you, Lynn, that it's embarrassing to get on and watch these videos. You know, there are people on here arguing. It's embarrassing to be in this town, having to deal with it, and the way people talk about it, because this is our city. This is our city. We shouldn't have to deal with it. At the end of the day, we should get together. So let's get together. Let's work together and figure it out.
and the water bills now are fixed. The credits are applied.
Well, the credit may apply, but what if there's some alligators and there's 0.1 or 0.1 or whatever?
I will tell you, most of the bills have been zeroed out. There are some who still have a balance because they've not, they said, I'm not saying a payment until this is straightened out. That's what they said.
I understand, but we have all the accountants to pay all your bills. We all have our own homes, lease homes, or rent homes, right? So in the city. So we have to get held accountable for our bills. So in order for you to be able to hold us accountable, you need to call, what was Missouri Rural Water. You need to get them in here to get the meters checked. And then you zero out, do whatever you want to do. But at the end of the day, we can't as leaders tell somebody that we're going to shut your water off if you don't pay your bill if we haven't had these meters checked.
First of all, it's not Missouri Rural Water.
Well, whoever does.
It would be Badger meters.
That's what we need. Missouri Rural Water do subs.
They do subs, but they do not.
hooked up to our
They do not do the meters. Meters were put in by Midwest Meters.
Well, where do the meters reach you?
They read the subs, but
Right. So when you get those checked again, then you get them checked, and the ones that are wrong, they're fixed. On everything's right. Everything's the way it's supposed to be. Somebody's not paying their bill. Follow the codes. Follow the stations. The people up here parked on the street. The people pound dollars over on the side of their house. Follow the stations. Start finding people. Do what we're supposed to do, because that's where the revenue comes in at, right? Get the police up in here.
We don't have any city statute.
we no longer have a contract with the
Yeah, that's what's important. That's what we need to be working towards, right? Water's important. Water's a necessity. Trash isn't a necessity. So the Meridian bill, I feel like, if you put to the side to pay something that is a necessity, because at the end of the day, we have to have it off, right? So pay the bills out of necessity, not out of heat.
But we do not have law enforcement. We don't have anybody that can enforce those ordinances right now.
That's what we should be working for on the council to get that in place.
The trash goes on the
I
water,
know.
and we have to pay that because the people are paying for trash.
Well,
If we're using their money,
I worked for Meridian for 3 years, and I used to do a lot of that. And I'll tell you what, Meridian don't pay a lot of bills either. So then I was pretty high up in it.
But that's maybe a little bit. We need to work with you, sit down with those other two, enforce the statutes, and bring that like, because that's where the revenue comes from, right? I do this.
We don't have any other river or really any other way other than the utilities. Right.
For the business.
Well, there's other stuff too. I mean, there's other stuff. There's codes that there should be code within the city. You're supposed to mow your grass. You're not grass isn't supposed to be that long. In the city of Troy, you don't mow your grass, you get a fine, right? I mean, there's some leniency there, but there's still other things that revenue comes from.
Do we have any municipal code that's been sent on to them so they can enforce it?
Yeah, but I haven't had anybody get certified since I come back. You have to be certified before you send them to the thing, and then you have to have law enforcement to be able to write the tickets.
When you came back, did we have?
We had ordinances that were certified before.
Were they wrote the municipal code?
The municipal code is the body of the municipal ordinances.
So was that something you wrote or did not write?
I wrote about half of those ordinances back when I was here before 2010.
Well, when you had a change of power with Rob Guest, the previous attorney, did you not get the email with the municipal code that this board decided not to adopt?
No.
That's fine. When did you not get that?
So why don't we go on these municipal codes? They don't know, or agree or disagree with something.
Well, I read you have the email and what CC you just not too long ago from Rob Guest and actually showed what was adopted and what was not adopted. And he assured me that Lee Elliott on the transfer of power did get that email. That's what I meant.
There we go.
I don't know which email you might be talking about. The whole thing I know is that proposition. This is a wild city. I remember.
Did they give you the email that Rob had sent me in 6 years on what? 2 months ago?
No, because it wasn't employed by the city.
Well, hey, I'm just curious. He was here for a lot of the meetings I wasn't here for.
You should know that. He was now. He's ready to lie wine. It's no business. Okay. Are we done with this now?
No, we need to, what are we going to do about the delinquent water bills? We can't just keep pushing it off.
I made a suggestion.
It's a good suggestion. You're right. And it's a good suggestion. If you don't pay your bill, if the meters are right and you don't pay your bill, shut the water off.
Yeah.
But you have to get the meters right. You guys gotta get the meters right in order to enforce that. So that should be what you guys should be voting on. Getting the meters checked to make sure they're right so you can enforce it.
I'm sorry, how do we know they're inaccurate besides somebody says, well, these aren't right?
Well, his can't be right.
No, she is correct. The other clerk is
His has nothing to do.
$270-something over the top.
His has nothing.
Is that the one that has been deleted?
I'm local. I ain't got no bills. I haven't got any bills. Hey, what are you doing with this?
I just this is they're coming out.
Okay, he's asking. I ain't got a bill. You can't ask.
If I put a hidden bill for a delete.
All right.
Shut up.
Don't tell me to shut
I
up.
just did. You're not listening to what
I
didn't get it.
No, I had a right to speak.
Tone is contagious. Let's use calm and let that be contagious. This meeting was going fairly well for the first hour. It got heated and heated. So everybody take a breath. So get back to the business of delivering good governance and carry on. I would suggest that this is everyone's first warning.
Dave, did you have a chance to read the 2019 audit for what it stated about the stacking on the water bills this thing?
No, I honestly, to God, I did not say anything about stacking water.
Okay, this is what I've prepared to send to the surety company. This is a printout of the history of every account. I've gone through and looked at the charges and the excessive charges, the highest ones I've payable. That's what the credit was. What is your account need?
525 of them.
If you don't mind me telling me.
Go ahead. All right.
Okay, Ed, you have been given a credit of $273.66.
Thank you.
And now you're done.
I know, I'm just wanting to be fair. That's how it's an
There you go.
My bill is $200.43, correct?
Why? I can't that on my head. But I can tell you, I have credited your account $273.66.
That's all I've been asking for months, as long as the bill is out.
Had you come down, we could have talked, I would have told you that. And we could have talked about your bill.
I'm not trying to pick on you or anything. You came up and talked to me and I said, come down and meet me here. You take the date and I will be here. You didn't show up.
I haven't got the bill paid. I can't bring you proof if I don't have it.
You said you had them when you came up and talked to me.
Oh, pickle.
You would have, okay, no, I'm not trying to pick on you, but you would have had the January bill by now.
I didn't get a bill for January. I didn't get a bill for
Did you get one in
February.
February and March?
I got it in February, that's it.
We've got bills here. We could pick up.
But you're not supposed to stack bills and then mail them out later.
We didn't do that.
How would bills go?
I don't have it. I don't control the U.S. Post Office.
Half the people in Silex will tell you they haven't got the bill.
I don't control the U.S. Post Office.
I don't get mail maybe once a week.
So let's agree that the bills are fixed.
The bills are fixed. With this, would you like to know?
No, I'm good. I just think that, you guys did a great class meeting and you guys have been great. I can see progress. And I hope we stay on that.
It's a very high, anxiety time.
Right.
Because you're dipping into people's pockets and they're seeing corruption. They're seeing, and it's being fueled by certain people on Facebook, that this town is corrupt, that people are stealing money, and that is not happening. Not now. I can tell you that. So you have your answer? Are you?
I just said thank you 3 times.
All right.
I make a motion that if the people do not pay their delinquent water bills by the 1st of June, the water will be shut off.
What I will do is I will draft a letter to go with the water bills. And instead of sending out the postcards this time, maybe we'll send out a letter.
And tell them, Corey,
I will tell you, like Ed, is there a reconnect fee, Mr. Beef?
No, I was just going to show you this so I can tell her when I get home. That's
one
all.
how couples from 45 to 2,500.
Right.
Before we make a motion to do that, I would suggest the board read the 2019 audit. I probably said this the last 3 months, but read what the audit states from 2019 about the water bills.
What does it say?
Can't sack was wrong.
We did.
It's got 2 parts. It's very, you can Google, it's really easy because it's public. Google the 2019 City of Silex audit. There's actually the audit and then the answer. It's 2 parts. It's in the answer part and it states a very specific thing.
So even though you did mail them out, if people didn't get them, is that considered stacking? No.
No.
But what proves that they were mailed out? That's an important though.
What person they went down?
It actually states what is stacking and what is not if you read it's public knowledge. All you get, you can Google the City of Silex 2019 audit. There's actually 2 parts, the actual audit and then the answer to it. Yeah, we'll see.
So the water bills go through Silex or they go through St. Louis?
No, we take the water bills for Silas up to the post office and she puts them right in to Silas. Oh, me. They don't go to St. Louis. I made that arrangement with her.
And she said, "Oh,
She's fine with that. Anything that's Silex goes directly through Silex. It doesn't go to St. Louis.
I don't understand what could be behind the bills.
I cannot help you. Maybe it's in the back of the mail truck. I don't know.
well, if you don't get a bill, you call and ask what your bill was." Because
Yeah, it was
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been through these so many times. I will get through these.
All right. That's all right.
Before you leave.
You can call her or call me. This is so we know so she can get caught up.
Before you leave tonight, I will get that for you.
Well, it looks like you did work towards the IT. You guys know that the work those are going to be something automatically done, correct? Or is that just that was a whole different?
No, those won't get sent out. Subs doesn't send them out automatically. You have to print them and sort them and stamp them. So they won't go out automatically.
And I can say this for all these things. I'm just another guy from the city, but I know you people standing down. This lady right here, you're going to be one of the best for these opportunities time. So.
Yes, they're not very cute. So, I will draft a letter I will do the water bills tomorrow. I'll draft a letter to each person, letting them know what their credit was on their water bill. This is why you're seeing the credit, and it says applied due to errant water bill in January. So I'll do that, and then and I'll save the letter that you have until the end of June, until the next billing cycle, to maybe meet your payments, get it caught up.
Oh, nice face off, eh?
And then if not, then we will be shutting water off, and it will be a $45 disconnect and a $45 reconnect.
That will make them, that's not $60.
If someone has to pay it,
Yeah, watch what day are we deciding on if they haven't paid the bill, then it gets shut off.
The 10th of the next month. They're supposed to pay it.
yeah, 10th of June.
10th of June.
Or they should like a link.
Is that on the new bills? They won't know if they ain't playing.
She's gonna send that letter.
Have you already paid the bills off?
No, haven't done it yet.
Okay,
I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
okay.
Those are due on the 10th day of every month, right?
No, the 10th.
When they change it again.
Oh, no, it's been a 10th since
I've always
I made
said
it.
So if it's not paid on the 10th, the water's gonna get shut off. I mean,
Well, here's the letter that we have this month's going on.
That's what you should do, schedule for next month. If you ain't got the water bills on time, instead of saying June 10th, say July 10th is fine. Then you
You know
pay for
what?
things.
I'm just gonna say something here. Lynn has done a fabulous job. She's doing 2 or 3
I'm not saying, man.
Well, you're asking.
Because the bill ain't out yet. If it's due on the 10th, that's what we're talking
I
about.
was addressing Billy. He said it's 11th and they haven't been sent out. She's here, I'm trying to help her. Nobody else is offering to help to come in. She's doing the job.
You're against Billy, but you're looking right at me. That makes no sense.
I can't see that.
Oh.
He's
I hear you, dude.
But that's just the thing. He's the same clerk now. You know.
If you send a bill out on May 10th and ain't billed till June 10th, you're saying the bill ain't sent yet. Who cares if you get it the 20th day of May? It's due June 10th. You're saying it ain't sent out on May 11th. Who cares?
I'm assuming it's this month's bill because I don't have that.
May, you don't really May 11th.
Or May 5th, May
Yeah, there's no bills you do May 10th. May bills due
And those bills due. It's due.
I have a May bill. I don't, that's the one you
I
sent out.
told you, it will be
Yes.
May 5th, but it's for
No, it's not.
Well, I'm trying.
Okay. We can't have this.
No,
This can't happen.
we can't give a 30-day notice if you may without 2 weeks for 30 days.
This
To
can't happen.
answer your question, what I'm saying is yes, the May 10th bill that is due, we don't have that bill yet. It hasn't even been mailed out. The May 10th bill isn't the one being mailed out for June. It was the one before it's always.
Can I ask you a question?
You can ask.
Okay. They sent me a bill on April 20th for my credit card. It is till April 20th. Between the 5th and 12th of May, it's not even paid. That's not enough ahead of time.
We're always a month behind.
You sure are. If she sends out a bill, it's May 5th. It's due June 10th. Who cares if you don't get the bill to the 20th? You got from the 20th of May till June 10th to pay that bill. That's 20-something days.
Well,
And when it's
eBay
30, it don't fall on that. Anyway. I got it.
Saying how.
He's saying,
Not a big deal.
well, he's saying that's how would you be?
It's always a night.
I know a lot of big dollars.
all right.
I think you don't have to give 30 days.
So April, what is, where is my April bills due?
I'm being told, once again, to explain how the billing cycle works. On the 10th or the 11th, whenever it is, I had too much going on today to get it done. The 11th, I will bill, 11th of May, I will bill for the usage in April.
Yeah, because they don't know what they're gonna make.
Most likely it'll be from April 10th to May 10th. That's the usage that you will get billed for. It, most of the time, adds up to 30 days. That's how it's always been done, and that's how we're doing it. That's just the way it's done. I can't bill you for water you haven't used yet.
You can't anticipate what the bill's gonna be.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, what if it comes out late and nobody's got a bill? They get paid every 2 weeks. Well, their pay period don't come to 4 days out of the month.
I would say that you just relay that information.
Well, they're saying it's a month regardless.
Once the bills leave this building and I take them to the post office, I can't control what happens to it.
I understand that. I do, but no bills and 3 months, something's not going right.
Yes, Stuart.
So is there something, if you're trying to put in a disconnect policy, could you also state in the policy that if the person, now I'd like to believe everyone who lives in the city, they know I know if I flush my toilet during the month, I'm going to have a bill come due the 10th of next month. Like, whether I get a bill or not, I know I should be getting a bill. Now, I understand stuff happens. We had it before. When we had to read the meters manually, if there was snow over the things, we couldn't read them. We had to go out. We had to clear it. So bills, we read them. The bills may not have got up. What normally took 2 hours to read, maybe took us 2 days to read.
Yeah.
So the bills what should have gone out on the 10th may have not gone out to the 14th. But I knew that the 10th of each month, I have a bill what's due. So is there a way that in your note you could put, if for some reason you have not received a bill by the 20th of the month, if you guys could just make sure the bills go out by the 20th, if they have received it, because you can't control the post office no more than I can control if someone parks in front of my mailbox and they decide they're not going to deliver. Like, it's after the stuff doesn't come in. But if you put in the letter that if you have not received a bill by the 20th, contact City Hall, you guys could then tell them the amount, and that still gives them the 20 days from the 20th till the 10th. And again, I would like to think everyone realizes if I have a bill the 10th of every month, I'm going to have a bill the 10th of every month.
Yes.
Like, it's, again, it leads to the budget, like I said at the last meeting. If the city budgets its money like the family budgets its money, when I go accrue, whether I have a bill or not, I don't know the exact amount that's coming out, but I know I still have that bill. Just because it didn't show up, I know I'm using water. Unless I didn't use water that month, I should have a bill coming in. So it's a safety net for the post. Let them know, because that covers you, because just going, okay, we're just going to cut you off. You don't know. Anything could happen with the mail, but it gives them, I always hate one point of failure. If you have a secondary point where they know, if I haven't received a bill by the 20th, I can contact City Hall. If the AI system's set up that it goes through and you get an email on every call, well then, within 48 hours, there should be some message going back to the person who still give them 18 days to make bill. Yes, I know a bill has to come, but if I don't have it by the 20th,
Should they get the letter separate in case they don't get billed?
well, again, that's where you spread it. That's where you spread it for everything. Even if you post it at the gas station, and worst case scenario, you just people can walk with like no one.
Yeah, but what is this?
Well, again, that's the thing. Say you don't get your bill.
Well, what if it's so high? I mean, when you know it's not high, we that's where you get it fixed.
But at that point, if it's caught up and everything's running right now, 1 month. I know that month. Because you said you weren't receiving a bill, which is why you didn't saw this sheet of bills.
No, I was actually running there once.
But that's what I'm saying. If you come in, because you can come in or call on the 20th, the sooner you catch it, the sooner you know if the meters are down.
I have also made it a practice as I'm going through. I get a chance to review the bills before I print them. If I have a contact number for you, I will call you if it's excessively high.
Well, it's the same thing we did before. Like, we go and we saw a meter was high. We would go knock on the door and go, hey, we read your meter. You normally use 8,000 gallons. You've used 28,000. You may want to check. And that's when we go. And all you gotta do, you just ask the person inside, if you turn off all your water,
if it's still spinning, you have a heat zone.
Right.
So then if you also then know which side of the mirror it's on.
I have implemented that practice. And so I called people. In fact, I called people that sent a payment in and said, you have had a credit applied. This is going to give you more credit. Do you want me to post this check? Or can you use the money?
And again, that's like, I think everyone here agrees. And if I said last meeting, the simplest solution is normally the simplest solution. Just talk it through.
Right.
And a lot of it stems from, it's like the sheriff said, it's about tone. It's where you start the conversation. As soon as someone gets angry, the other person gets defensive, it's done. I mean,
right.
And again, if both sides give a little, which yes, me as a consumer, should I have to reach out on the 20th? No. But me as a consumer, I also realize if I'm using the stuff, a bill's coming. If a phone call saves me 2 hours of having to yell at someone later on, why would I just make a 5-minute phone call?
Well, and if we get the website implemented, then and I can send out notifications through subs and say, water bills were mailed today.
Yeah, and again, that's the thing. The more communication, the better. Even if it's just, a lot of people go to the gas station. If we post the minutes in the gas station, why can't we just post any information like that if someone goes in? And I've always said, if you're not going to go wrong by giving people more information.
Right. Okay, so that's our plan. I'm going to send a letter, and we're going to give them until the next billing cycle.
Yes.
And if they haven't received the bill by the 20th,
have them reach out. But you should be paying the bill each month.
Yes.
If you install what he was talking about installing, why can't a person pay it all and enter their account? It's something like
you can do that with subs already. You can do that with subs. That's the water billing program.
No, I'm talking here, you see all that.
That's your water bill.
Previous.
You can get in there and look at your water bill.
It's discretion.
All I have to have is an email, and I can send you an invitation to get into subs. You can go in the software, and you can look at your account.
I can put that in the envelope with you also.
Yeah, right. I'm tired of that.
Yeah.
So I don't, you know what, your job is supposed to be to check the house. All you guys' job is to check what on. So you guys need clerk in here to cover, a clerk is going to do their job, cover the activities that they need to be in here. So you guys get together and make sure that you're going to be on board and interview these other candidates is by hire.
Right.
It's real important.
Right, and understanding, of course, that there is going to be learning curve. Yeah. There's a lot to learn. I've learned that. Okay, so that's not all right. I think Dave made the motion, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shut off by May 11th if they've not paid the bill.
Before you make the motion,
By January.
before you make the motions, what is the disconnect say? What's the experience back?
What's the disconnect say?
Yeah, what does it say? Because I know it's on tag with water bills. What is the reason that I know like always done takes, but there's a disconnect grace period on the water bills. I know that the board had approved we were holding it until the water bills got done, which is fine. So obviously we're gonna have to vote and reinstate it on the back of the water bill. It does. That could put the grace period in.
We did that when I was the mayor.
What we had Janet, was the shutoffs were for anybody who's like more than 2 bills paid. More than here in IGL, then it didn't cut off for the current months. It was so that's always a 30-day ELA grace period.
Just talking about. I think on those bills that are coming on. I think it gives them a 10, 15. It states it on the bill.
It's 15 days.
Is it 15 days?
I just talked to my wife to set off.
But before you do something, it says something else on the bill. You went. I'm just saying, look at the bill because it's being mailed that time.
I don't look at the bill. I should. I mean, I decided that it's due by.
Well, I'm just saying, you're getting the bill and it says it on the bill. Well, this randomly should be a full page.
If it was done in accordance with the ordinance.
Well, even if it's not, I guess it's time to change that ordinance because it's already coming out on that bill. I don't know what the original ordinance was. I'm just saying on the bill there is a disconnect. We have waived that in a sense. We were going to look into what was the problem with stuff to get that corrected.
Right.
What I'm saying is now you want to get that up. We get that done. It should say, now, if some of those people on the previous, but I'm talking the current bill forward, it should go by that date, and then if a few of them, I was even, I'll pass this on. To will it over the bank, said there were some people that can, and there's a problem. The Elks Lodge and the church was willing to do some help. I'm passing this on to the board so they know it. You all need to figure out if that is the case, because I don't want to look at their bills and get additional information. That we can help you with some of that.
Charlotte's scheme too.
Yeah, I've got paperwork for Lighty, that's through NEPAT.
Well, I'm just saying, Congress did reach out and said that the Moose Lodge and the church, if there are people in need, we do have some of that. So before we go whacking their water off, let's see if we can find out who that is to give them some help. And then obviously coming forward from the Judas Davis station, go ahead and get corrected that disconnect notice date is on the bills.
Yeah, I really think that these people that, there's one man, up on the hill that had a bill come out for, $1,000 in January. $1,000. That, besides what he had out otherwise, it was like a $300 bill, but he had $1,000 because the meter was put into the system incorrectly. So I think that bill needs to be looked at.
Well, I think probably all of them that got double bills. I, for one, was one.
Yeah, I've looked at them. I hope the board can trust me that I know, but I'm looking at them. I looked at them by July.
I get that. That's what I wasn't so much high. You really get. Is there no way you can't get somebody that's their party to come in and look at that does our system, which is this up. They can look at it and say, these are the problems. And if you explain that, that way the people understand where the problem is.
What I would say is let me run this site and see whether the bills are, how they are. If they're coming out egregiously wrong, then yes, I'll not and they question me. I will have them, look at the people.
Well, we know the 14th or 15th was each.
Exactly. And there's some in October still.
I do remember that also.
Yeah. So, I
thought by December we had them figured, but I couldn't remember.
This is all part of this. That there were October that story I got was the 16th.
I didn't get my own, so that was January, February, kind of March, April, and May.
Yeah, you have
Well, May doesn't it?
February, March, February, March, and April.
Oh, yeah, those three.
Okay. And I printed up the district.
No, I do remember that. I also remember we looked at the 14th and 15th, and I haven't seen what the credits were. Was that amount to? I'm assuming those were some of those dates.
Yes, they're all in that date.
Okay, a lot of them.
One of them is in November, but they're all in that date range. I had no idea what they didn't share that with me. So, I have a motion. Did I get a second?
What was the motion for? I'm sorry.
The motion was for Dave. Can you repeat?
Yeah, I make a motion that as the delinquent water bills aren't paid in full by the end of the next billing cycle, from then on, at the end of the billing cycle, if water bills are not paid in full, we are no longer accepting payment plans. Water will be shut off.
Didn't we say, Billy, didn't you say 2 months or leave? Didn't you give them 2 months?
It's on the back wall.
I don't know, but if my motion doesn't change that.
I think whatever one, I believe it was 10 or 15 days.
So if those go on the 10th, if you haven't paid by the 25th, then you're exactly shut up.
No, I just made a motion to eliminate that. Just do by the 10th, it's shut off.
We're not going to give a 10-day grace period.
Nope, we've done that for so long and look, we're $19,000 down.
That's because $19 enforcing it, or having 2 assaults of a heart or whatever. I mean, if it was being enforced, then you wouldn't have any issues. You'd have it going in there and that stuff off and shop fees and restart fees, but you guys should be falling under the same consensus. It's not paid, it's in shut off. Right, but if the back of the bill says that, then it needs to be changed.
Yeah, I looked at, the specifics of the word, bill, ordinances, and all that, with respect to that, as a minute second on it.
I don't understand. If you had an idea, hey, and you're the attorney, why is nobody listening?
We need to look at that, so we don't have that time.
Please.
Well, that's him too, man.
That's my trouble.
I think
So, we have a motion, and I will send out the letter for, as you speak. Second. I have a motion and a second. Let's do a roll call, shall we? Alderman Holden.
Nay.
Alderman McDonald.
No, no.
When you live with somebody else and you got to really pay bills, it's easy to shut somebody off.
Alderman Baker.
yes.
Alderman Rice.
Yes.
And for the record, the reason I said nay, I would like to have the attorney go over that along with our order bill to actually see. We can't say one thing, the order bill says another. We're going to put the city back a pedal. So I think we really need to look at that.
I thought that was in the motion to change it.
Yeah, I just made a motion to change that part of my motion.
He made a motion to change.
To change it to zero. Well, right now, are you putting a motion in to change the water bills also, and look what ordinance we may or may not have, and talk with our attorney here to see what we can and can't do?
We can make it an ordinance.
Now, I'm saying, do we gotta hit? We already know the water bills coming out of state. That's one thing.
That's why I just made a motion before we send these water bills out to correct that.
But I think that, that's a tie vote, and I'm going to vote no.
Thank you.
Right, because I think there needs to be more time.
Thank you.
I think that one more month is not gonna hurt anything.
So now we're getting on 2 months to pay the water
No,
bill?
I think what we're giving them is an opportunity to see the statement of what the credits are, what had happened.
I think,
Have an opportunity to get caught up and know coming forward, this is what it's going to be,
Yeah,
versus saying this is just what it is.
So that's why. Okay, I can agree with that, but what is the final on making them pay their delinquent water bills? Because there's some of them that just start 1 month behind. There's some that are like a year behind.
yeah,
So I have to go out back in the day, I was paying by it.
If somebody was a year behind, they should have been shut off.
Exactly.
But if you get mad at somebody that's only 1 month behind, because you're a year, that's not fair.
All that happened, and then we
The bill says shut off for 15 days, right?
100%. But we voted in the past to give them a grace period. We're paying them.
Well, they're trying to
let me
fix
put
all
it this
this.
way. We have let people slide, and we've been lenient. Now, we're going to let people know that we're not lenient anymore. We can't do it just all successful.
Well, but he just said it's right. Go by what the bill says, all right. It says 15 days, it's time to get it.
Should be easy, so they fall over there.
I understand that. I agree with that too.
I agree. Chris did all day enforcement. I agree.
I agree with that.
I thought you said the errors were 6.
There is all right, Mike.
Well, we forgot to say we need the bill if I all it up.
Yeah, correct.
I haven't had a chance to communicate with anybody about any of it. So, I need some time to communicate with them. Let's drop the hammer a little slower.
Thank you.
Well, and I did, just a quick question, I know it's not, what day is the bill due to Pike County?
15.
So it's the 15th, so that makes you something to also consider into the decision of stuff. Even if it may be something to change it, because if bills are due on the 10th, and you have to do a lump sum of Pike County on the 15th, if you're giving 15 days leeway, you gotta factor that in as well.
Right.
you don't want to eat the late fees that you didn't have to pay the Pike County if you're laying on half this.
Right.
So maybe something, now that you have a set date with Pike County, maybe something, I don't know if it's the day, something coincides. Yeah, so
I think it's all going to be reviewed by the attorney, and we're going to maybe a different ordinance if we have to, or revise the ordinance.
And so like, it may go, bills are doing the 1st, you have till the 15th. If the 15th is the day you have to pay Pike County Water, you're not going to want all the money in to pay Pike County, so you guys aren't needing a late fee with Pike County.
I think it's safe to say the system we have now is not working.
Yeah.
But you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
On the question, you have to eliminate the penalty fees too.
We haven't been charging them. Right. We have not been charging.
There should be no penalties on
Now,
Now, when we do this, for sure, maybe not this month, but the next month, we will start assessing penalties.
And then we can also look at not being a month.
And I will put in there that, there are organizations that are willing to help. Please contact them at this number and that number. And if you want an application, come down to City Hall. I'll be happy to help you out. There's people out there that will help.
I don't think I would give them their numbers, so.
Well, the ones that are doing it helping, it's like, they're hoping for that. They'll have it.
Well, I know. It shows how you go on too. There was a lot of people that found that out.
And so I've added to it.
Well, maybe we can get it and move it on over to help that way or something. We'll have Lee looking at that and see what the legality is on that, see what we can get.
So this is, I'm going to do my part, and soon the water goes out and send that letter out. And the rest of this can be tabled until next month.
Well, this still worries me, because currently there's $537 on the water app. After paying all the bills.
No. After paying all the bills.
After paying the pipe? Yeah.
Oh, after pipe. Well, I think the...
And we're at almost halfway through the month. How are we going to come up with another $400?
I'm trying to tell you. I think we can take from the credit cards again. I think we can take that money available from the escrow account and add to the water bill or the water account. There's, in order to get us through, we have to pay Pike County, and we have to take care of our customers.
I get it, but the easy solution is collecting from these people that are a year behind.
I don't know. Honestly, Dave, I don't know of anybody that's a year behind you. I really don't. I don't know anybody that's behind.
Okay, 3 months behind.
And I was trying to get that account or that paper, and I couldn't get a report and stuff to show you.
Well, I appreciate the work you guys are putting in there, and the other guy, everybody else too. And you guys, let's get it done. Let's keep working.
I understand the account's protection. I get it, Dave. We all get it. But let's try to move forward.
I get it, but the longer we delay taking in these payments, the less likely we're going to be able to pay next month.
Once the bills go out, just start getting regular payments. And the hilltop and the school, and they're all paying the big payments.
Well, the school should have credit.
But I'm telling you that it will be coming in. I think, you have to have faith. Yeah.
Faith doesn't put money in the bank.
Maybe let's set them off with and trying to correct the issues that are correct them and notify everybody. They used to when she needs to get caught up.
Yeah,
people up like that.
Let me ask you this. Would you be upset if you're paying your water bill when I'm not?
Yeah, so far.
And my water doesn't get shut off. But the whole city does because we can't afford the bill. So who's going to be upset? Are you going to get free water?
Or listen, with one word, let's fix all the issues, then focus on what you're talking about instead of talking about shutting somebody off next week. Fix it for you. But you want to shut them off immediately.
We had a big hit, $20,000 of it. I'll get you that. Okay. I'll grant you that. This next one's $4,900. If we can't find more leaks and somehow get them fixed, or if whatever it does, if we're down to $800, gallons per hour from 2,400 gallons per hour. That's the least we fixed.
That was $46,000 we paid this.
Yes, yes. So, you know, we're over the hump. I hope. So, but I get really I'll get pretty happy for today. I totally am. You know, it scares the devil out of me that we can have another water again. You know,
I'm never going.
it scares me.
I think a lot of people stop.
Put the pressure. Yeah.
Right. That's what I think now. Everybody saw them.
And you have just protected that's going after their bond. The contract was bond to pay
They flew on white.
Exactly. $900 is not enough.
No.
Cost more than the So, yeah. So, anyway, I have a motion and I have a second. Well, the motion, Dave wanted to wait to give them until the end of the building site.
Yeah. No. The 10th.
No, they wanted to lay it.
Perhaps the 10th of next month.
I said the 11th, they said, the water's going to next 15 days, so.
He said, you broke. I said, no.
Oh.
Yeah, that was already voted.
Yeah, you know, like you said, no, we did.
See what happens, guys? I keep up with all of this stuff.
You said,
Thank God with this guy, David Coates, you just know. I
hope you speak for you. No trouble if you're depending on my gift.
No, I'm depending on you're right, but remember.
Oh, jeez.
Next item is ratify the payment of my Henry bill for the repair of 5 leaks. That was $9,625, and that was back in God knows what date.
I thought it was legal tonight.
It's already been paid.
I thought, yeah.
We did not. We didn't do that.
I'm gonna motion in ratifying that Henry song.
I have a motion.
I'll second it.
All right, I have a motion in the second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, and opposed, say nay. Okay. Ambassador Plumbing, we repaired the men's toilets and we need to ratify that.
I'll put a motion in to ratify it for the plumbing repair. I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. I have a motion in the second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Okay. See, this is what we have here.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing.
That's not all you're good for. You're a nice crutch.
Okay.
Next on new business, motion to purchase 2 loads of gravel for street work. That came from Alderman McDonough.
Do we have a cost?
What account does it come out of? I think it's 400 a load, was it not?
I agree.
That would come out of general.
I think it was 300.
300 a load.
That would have come out of general.
So that's 600.
Yeah, I remember guys, we were getting a discount on that, so it was like 300 on here.
Out of general.
Obviously.
Did we have more gravel or what happened?
I used
Oh, I thought somebody come.
I used all of those.
every time it rains, it wants to back out.
Yeah, it wasn't bush.
Yeah, all right.
There was gentlemen.
All that they do is put it all out, they drive it in there.
That was all you
They
could do.
walk in the over
They will save me hauling it up.
Nice.
You have to loosen it up.
Can't we get it?
Dave,
Yeah.
Do we have the money in general to be able to do that?
Well, that would put us at 4,200. No, I'm sorry, that would put us at 3,900 because we spent 600.
I'll put a motion in and go ahead and get 2 loads of gravel for us, our constituents and citizens of the city. Is this anything, are we gonna need anything off of Douglas Mansion or anything like that?
No, don't you mention
And that's the brutal way to get that, right?
Yeah, Virgil. And these them are held up, you usually haul it.
Okay. I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay.
Thank you.
Okay. This is good now. It's on you, guys.
All right. Talk about it.
Okay. We do have an ordinance to that effect.
I think we should start a course to get ordinances signing up.
And so, and I will tell you, quite some time back, I did send a letter to the gentleman that you're talking about, and it has not helped. So, I suggest now that we have an attorney that we send a little stronger worded
Well, it's not just them. I mean, for one, I mean, the only people that really should be parking on the road, the street down there, is the apartments. I mean, that they don't have parking. That's why.
But
if we have, I mean, we live in the city. We shouldn't be. I mean, we should have city ordinance. We have to follow. That's where revenue comes from as well.
You're absolutely right.
I mean, if somebody is just piling cars up in there in front of their house, around their house, lawnmowers, whatever it is. I mean, if it's in front, if it's on the street, other than the apartments, then they should,
And there is a lady.
get a letter saying that they need to move it, they have this amount of time to move it, if it's not moved, then they pay the ordinance, whatever the fine is.
Yeah, there is a lady across from Rice's also that's not mowing her yard. She owns the lot, but she's not mowing her yard.
And there's people off the way at the end of the street that looks like crap. They like mattresses and tires.
When we had old City Hall, you guys used to enforce junking up the yard. Rents, what
We are, and I'll remind you, we're going to get a big dumpster, and those items can be put in there. There's certain items that we should make.
That's where the letter comes from, and that's where, I mean, I like we used to have an officer here like we had
Right.
not too long ago, and continue that, because, for one, we're not getting any smaller. We're growing. And the type, and if we build the apartments up there, the more apartments, I mean, it's just gonna get bigger. If we don't start forcing it out when it's small, then it's gonna be out of hand when it gets bigger.
Well, Lance talked to a couple of people that's had problems with, and they said nothing. See,
But if you have the ordinances, can't you enforce it?
No, you have to have police officers to enforce it, and they have to be certified to report in order for the sheriff or anything to.
Well, I mean, that's all stuff that should take priority. Again, you have priority, you have,
You're right.
But the ones that we already had.
Okay,
We had to get rid of the
have
guy.
anything else to
no,
offer?
that's what it was. I mean, that's where we have to get something. That's what it's used to pay.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking those two vehicles.
Yeah.
And
What have you want? Yeah.
other ones.
They're still legit.
The attorney for at least
So why can't we don't have
I mean, anything over,
Yeah, no, people correct. You can't actually get back on the vehicle right.
let me know, I'll address. I mean, I have kids, I'll send my kids down to address, whatever. I mean, for the people that, the elderly, people that can't live at risk.
Right.
I would even be willing to get with you and even help do so and get some people in town if that is the case to do so. I got a ride home, or if somebody's got a problem, that somebody needs to trash home, I got a tractor, I'll be glad to help. Anybody that's even in our surrounding, not just mansion, everything right here, anybody's got really free to reach out.
Right, and City Hall can be enough for that. I mean, like I said, I get the emails on my phone, and I get them at my desk. So if anybody that contacts the city and needs that,
Like I said before, if everybody's in agreement, I'll come down here. I mean, if you guys can help, I'll volunteer time. I mean,
appreciate
What happened to the guy that was gonna donate the lumber for us to return to that?
Who was that?
John Hurt. Haven't heard back from me. Okay. Discussion and motion to repeal ordinance allowing guns in City Hall. That is Alderman Rice that brought this up.
According to RSMO 571.107 and RSMO 571.215, in the state of Missouri, guns are not permitted in government buildings. We changed that for the city of Silex in an ordinance that stated only the city clerk can carry a handgun.
This is a mistake.
I want to repeal that ordinance. I don't think guns should be allowed inside this building, period.
unless you're law enforcement, right?
What's that?
Unless you're law enforcement, right?
Unless you're
Unless you're law enforcement.
Oh, yeah, they're exempt from everything, yeah.
But the ordinance, there's an ordinance also, there's one pertaining just to the former clerk, and there's another one pertaining overall to firearms that says unless approved by the board. That needs to be revised as well.
Repeal any, my motion is to repeal any allowance of handguns inside this building except for law enforcement.
What would it take legally to appeal that? Is that something you gotta look over into that process?
No.
Or what does that take?
The ordinance permitting the city clerk to carry a handgun into City Hall contains the clause that says this authorization may be withdrawn at any time by action of the Board of Aldermen. So I don't think we have to do a whole lot just to withdraw that.
Was it for one particular name?
Well, it says, whereas Tara Bowman is the city clerk and it's requested that she's represented, but then it just says that Tara Bowman, while she holds the office of city clerk, is empowered to do that. Since that's not happening yet, although there hasn't been a successor pick either, but it can be withdrawn at any time. So it may be overkill, just withdraw out that. I don't think you have to know a whole lot to do that. The problem with repealing all of that is that the state ordinance permits not just law enforcement, but there are various other exceptions, including judicial personnel or the judges in particular, process servers who are actively processing. There's a whole list of things that the state statute wouldn't let us prohibit.
But there's also a very generic line that was added to that ordinance.
Which one?
That said, that the board could give permission. Okay, here. A city employee who receives written permission from the board. I think that should come out.
Well, we can take that out, but as long as the board isn't giving written permission to it, then it's a moot issue.
Well, but
It's already technically gone because she's
as long as it's there, then so maybe this one takes care of that.
Okay. When you take it out, it's all going to be taken out, isn't it? Yeah.
What Lee is saying is because it was named Tara Holman, so she's no longer employed here. Unless we name somebody else for that to happen, it's really moot because it doesn't exist anymore.
Okay. So do I need a motion for that?
I think so.
Okay. No, I'm happy with that.
Do what now? I can't hear.
We don't need a motion for that thing.
It's like she is rehired.
Never be repealed. It won't.
We have to make a motion to repeal.
We can do it at that time.
Yeah.
Well, why can't we just why can't we just do the state law thing? No handguns in a federal building. But
that's already in effect.
Yeah, we're not federal building anyway.
we are going to this.
Right now, it's a moot issue. There isn't anybody who's qualified other than the ones qualified under the state statute to carry handguns or any kind of weapon into the government. See what I'm saying there?
I sort of I go into
He's no longer here.
Everybody else has that whole other than the state statute.
Thanks, Stuart. Thanks, Ed.
Congratulations, Dr. Jamble. Right back. Good to call him.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Okay.
She's in it. So where are we? What's saying? Clear it out. What's saying?
It says do.
It's you. So please come fix that ordinance, and we got that taken out. I like it easy this one. Discussion and motion for city to join the pending litigation seeking the court's guidance with regard to numerous sunshine requests filed by one individual. Those will get full certificate.
Right. The only thing, and I mentioned it in my report last one, the current situation is that only Lynn is defending that sunshine law request, the succession of sunshine, asking for guidance as to what it is we need to do, what it is we can do, what it is we can't do. But the entire city is on the hook for that. So I suggested that it's not a bad idea to protect the city, to join the city as part of that thing, so that, and it's just a matter of adding a party. It's just a motion to present to the judge to say, yeah, the city is also a party to this.
Because without that, the city itself may not be bound by the decision.
I got in on half of these.
Okay. All right. You remember the situation where there were a succession of sunshine law requests, where not just Lynn
Yeah.
is on the hook, but the whole city is on the hook for that as well. So my suggestion is that the city might want to be named as a party to that litigation. It's not going to cost the city anything extra. It's all part of the thing. It's a very simple motion to add the city as a party so that any decision that comes down is binding not just on Lynn, but for the entire city. That's all I'm suggesting. I'm willing to do that. It's up to the board as to whether it wants that done.
Well, I'll put a motion in to do so, because this is the way it is in the city.
It absolutely is.
I second it. Where's our calendar at?
We don't have a mayor. In the absence of the mayor, I think Dave Rice is the board president.
Yeah.
What's it called? All yays. All vote yes. I can't remember exactly the wording.
All those in favor?
All those in favor.
Okay.
Say vote yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes.
Come over here.
Unanimous?
It is all right, carried.
Okay, we got it. So that's good. Okay.
Next on the agenda, the motion to cancel the city credit card, and I've already spoken to the bank, and apply for a debit card. I've spoken to the bank. I think it's a better policy to have a debit card. That way the money is withdrawn straight from the account instead of having a credit card and drawing in case of any late payments, interest.
But sometimes we need a credit card over.
That's what a debit card is for.
Huh?
A debit card is the same.
Well, we don't have the money in the bank, you know, we don't get any money out of it.
But I don't want to spend money on that.
Well, sometimes we need to have a credit card, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, I would agree with Dave on that. I'll put a motion in to cancel the city credit card and apply for the debit card. And that way we know where we're at on standing. I'll put a motion into that.
The bank has to know in the minutes exactly what we want. We want one debit card. We want who to have signatory on it. We want a limit on it. What do we want? If they have to know exactly.
I need to let out a debit.
I don't know.
Well, you need to use one though. You gotta
So it's fine.
They gotta, they don't do anything on that. Like you heard
It's another right here, and then it's like fire, blue, right? It's all through on the but it's money.
I don't try. That's right. You have to look great.
Sometimes you need it, but I don't use mine, if I need it.
And
You know, I
Good point back here.
Yes, Stephanie.
So I'm just curious, like, because something you might check out and change your values now was that, debit cards, if someone were to compromise it, you don't just give that money back when you do on a credit card. Credit card companies will usually convert you right away if someone's scammed you. Debit cards do not work that way. So I was just saying, you might go change that before you end up with one.
I had my debit card found, so I didn't even have to run the money back.
Well, that's good, but you gotta put the bank because I think doesn't do that. That's why it's a fucking that because
Well, I did that like that in Nazareth.
Yeah.
I was stuck that day. I didn't have anybody that could sign the check. So,
Okay, whoever did, someone, do you make a motion to?
Billy made the motion.
Oh, Bill,
Well, the bank wants so many other things, we're probably gonna know exactly what they want before we can move through.
yes, we do.
So I'm gonna need to know, I don't have problems, we're working on that, so we have a better overview and can watch it, but if they need to know what it is, how much money's in there, and what they want, we just need to know what they want. Specify exactly.
And as far as that's concerned, I can do ACH with many of the companies. I can call them up and say, I want to pay by ACH. That's automatic.
Clear, yeah.
Yeah, automatic. That's like have that in the money.
I'm saying, what right in this situation?
Right.
You can't use a debit card to get money out of the bank if there's no money there.
Right.
I think you need to have it, we haven't gone
No,
Well, I'm gonna a lot of the table so after we get his budget, so you can see where we did it, and see the people that have, and also get the information from the bank on they're gonna want.
I second.
I have a motion in a second. I'm going to do a roll call on that. Alderman Holcomb,
Yes.
Alderman McDonald,
Yes.
Alderwoman Baker,
Yes.
Alderman Price.
Yes.
Skylar Hughes. Okay. Motion. Sometimes it's distracting.
Can't keep up with all we already did this sunshine's question here, didn't we?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
We joined it.
Oh, we did? Okay. Good. Cool.
You were in there, and
I had
Michigan President Order, but it will help get back in the game.
Okay, the bank is on the next item. The bank is not going to have safe deposit boxes up on the hill. And we do have one over there. Dave and I went over as a finance guy to went over and looked at it. And it's old documents. There is no cash. There are some bond documents there. I don't know if the board would like me to just go and get all of it and bring it over here so you can go through it. And we need to decide so that we can think about it and we want to get one someplace else.
We used to have a safe here.
We have a safe, but we don't have to come in. Yeah, it's real
Well,
safe.
if I'm not mistaken, like the bonds, the ordinance attached to the bonds, if someone's having a city hall, we'll probably need that somewhere.
Yeah, and we do have bonds at People's Bank, so we could go, we can go to U.S. Bank and go to the whole bank on the road, each of us.
People's CBT. Is that people's
Same
bank?
thing.
Do they have savings about the bonds? Well, I got anyone for sure talking about it.
I don't know my boxes, but I probably can in my records somewhere. I'll check it. I don't know.
It's got some interesting documents in it too.
Yeah.
And all of that will be combined and sent to a new safe.
Well, I'll put a motion in that we go pull it before like the next regular meeting. We look for it and then we probably obtain another one which we'll agree
I
upon.
just want you to clean it out and put it.
Right before the meeting, so something that next week, so others can.
You have in 2 weeks. I know well more than you. Yeah. So
I'm thinking regular meetings back home to what I'm getting. I think we got a whole out.
well, no for anything. No more. So I can go over tomorrow and pull everything out of there. And, we got pictures of it. So, we all trust we get everything and do something else with
Do
it.
you want to pull them before you get a new site deposit box?
Well, it's a safe, what
They're not happening at the new bank.
No, they're not.
Then why don't we put a motion and then go ahead and do the music deposit box at the people's, if they got that's true,
I'll
right?
get call peoples and see if they've got.
We got our bond to them, right? Two are,
One.
There's two bonds, there's two bonds of PBH.
One, no.
There's two bonds.
No.
Yeah, there's two bonds of PBH.
One is with Missouri, the financial.
Right, I'm just saying we got, what I said is they got a safety deposit box.
Yes.
Why don't we transfer that from there to the next regular meeting? We can yank it back out of there. Let's see what's there, what's not there.
I'll go and clean it out and I'll talk to people's bank.
Do you really need it? Because
Well, there's certain documents
Yeah,
that how they have
documents.
destroyed, so you would not have
Yeah.
anything. It's just a secondary precaution.
I just wish I could find a combination of that.
Who has the combination?
And it's not that big.
Huh?
That safe's not that big.
Well, yeah, in a big fire event or something, we lose the originals of certain documents, we're gonna have problems.
Yeah, well, it's big enough to have those.
Well, I'm just saying that if we had a big enough fire, I doubt it would sound.
But I could also take the ordinances on gun writing with them in the safe deposit box.
We're gonna need the originals usually for safety deposit box. We don't know if you're right, because that's what needs it all.
If we didn't have that, if we didn't have something like that in the flood tank, we wouldn't have all this mess.
Right, let's go for them. Well, we're gonna need a safety deposit box. Do we all agree on how we're gonna probably need a safety deposit box?
Yes.
Well, let's put a motion to go and get the new safety deposit box. That way what needs to do is safety deposit box after we get everything the other one, so it can be stored securely inside. And David, since you're head of finance, you can go with it or whatever you gotta do, and then help that out, and then let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll take a look what was in there at a later date on the meeting and see what's good, what's not good.
Take pictures of it.
We got pictures.
We got pictures.
Okay,
Well, that was my motion.
I have a motion.
I'm second.
Okay. I have a motion in a second. Alderman Moulton?
Yes.
Alderman McDonald?
Yes.
Alderman Baker?
No,
Alderman Rouse?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Okay, Dave, do you want to go with me when I do that to clean it out? Or
Sure.
are you available tomorrow?
I work 10 to 8 tomorrow.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about it. We'll save it. Fundraiser ideas for the city. Dave and I were talking the other day, and we were kind of passing things around, and this is the 150-year anniversary of the founding of Silex.
Actually, it's not. I did the research.
It was in the 1870s, Dave. And that's licensing open in the 1970s.
I don't know, according to state, whatever, I looked up, it was 1886, it was guys that it was that way.
yeah, I think it's smart. I tried to send it back.
Yeah, it's 140th.
I don't see it on the agenda. It's on the agenda.
It's a fundraiser ideas. I was going to tie in that you're doing a fundraiser with the 250th of
I don't see that on there.
yeah, fundraiser. Fundraiser. That's
10-7. Oh.
Oh,
Doesn't show us
You have a different agenda.
I got the one you gave.
And so it's probably, let's change the agenda 5859. You're on.
No, the second day version.
Okay.
Well, I got between 58 and 59 from what I understood. Got.
Okay, well that explains a couple of things.
My head's ringing. Anybody else?
Yeah, fine. Okay.
Okay, so my quote was, if we do it in July.
More web is lost.
We can do it in July. We can invite people down to the park. We can have something inexpensive like hot dogs and chips and things like that. People can bring their own food and enjoy with their families. They can bring their fireworks and shoot them down there. Maybe the city can buy a few fireworks. And we can have some things in there like spades tournament. People join for the spades tournament. Some of the things we were going to do at Fall Festival got rained out. That's an idea that
And then those other things, what is that?
Cornwall. Yeah.
And what about like race and also stuff like that?
I mean, yeah, it's a wide open. So, and it would take very little planning. I'm not even, we have to have like arrangements like we do for the festival.
So how did we shoot off fireworks?
Yeah.
More than for that.
I don't think that's going to play us though.
Well, it's those Chicago trailer.
That's right.
Into the town.
Food stands and all of that. Yes, Jamie.
Okay, so I just what you said when you ended it, and did some thinking on it, and I know you said July, so at first I was thinking, well, maybe the town would be more beneficial to take all that energy and put it towards a really good fall festival. So that led me to thinking, okay, what would bring email? And I got a response back, and I'm working with trying to put together something. I don't know what it'll be. I don't know what the expense will be, but if you guys think it's a good idea, a lot of people love her. A lot of people follow her. So when I was talking about that, the man, I guess whoever, I don't know what you call him, but he's in charge of her production stuff.
Who's this again?
Ruby Lee.
Okay, yeah.
So he started asking me really technical questions that are too big for me, like, how much you're going to charge per ticket and what is the attendance and how are you going to pay and who's in charge of money and big questions I can't answer. And I said, okay, to be honest, I don't answer any of those questions. So I definitely, you couldn't, like I was talking about it, you couldn't charge at the gate. The Fall Festival has never had a fee attached to it, and it's certainly not a good idea. And so I thought, how about maybe your thoughts? I doubt she's available on the 4th of July, but maybe a isolated event
then you could possibly sell tickets and maybe have a dinner and that kind of thing. So, because you can't go to fall festival, no way, shape, or form. So, right now I'm waiting on fees.
Can you do raffles?
We could do a lot of
Anything.
There's a lot of things. And that's what he said, how do you plan to earn your money? And, I think Floyd did some Googling to see what normally she receives per person. Well, we aren't going to do any of that. But I do know I contacted Robbie Gray. Well, really, he contacted me saying Monday, which was great. So I was just going to tell him the night before. And she played at their family's chill cook-off years ago before she was more popular. I know she's been in Vandalia. And Vandalia's not fair to here. So I thought, well, maybe we get some sponsors.
I'm sorry, Katie, we can hear the name of the person you're talking about.
Ruby Lee.
Oh, wow, but you're still talking about Ruby.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought you were talking about somebody else.
No, I'm still talking about how to apply for the we live in Willie Hill, the whole of 89.
Well, I mean, we got $1,700 worth of donations for the fall festival from politicians and people. Jessica Zumwalt was very good at getting donations for us. That's a possibility, but I don't believe that they're going to get that plus the fall festival.
Right. Well, I can't have some ideas, but they did. I didn't want to go to the fall festival because I don't know. I need to know. I just wanted to tell you that I'm not going further with it. It's not something you guys are interested in.
Well, I just think we've got a great crowd, and there's other activities that we can have.
Exactly.
But he never told you what she charged.
No, and there might be an email when I get home. Okay, we'll see, or maybe tomorrow. I don't know how.
I mean, if we knew a total charge,
that's what I said. That's exactly what I said. I said, honestly, the water and the situation and trying to bring people back together and, create Adelaide, so you didn't like the whole thing. And
she's been folding, so she's been reading the paper.
Right. And so, he said that she really has a heart for that. Yeah. So, obviously, she's going to charge something.
If you can get me the address, I'll draft you a letter.
Well,
her as well.
Didn't you already do it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm kind of doing that, but what I will get is a number. And then I'll see, can I get sponsors? And probably not sponsors that support the fall festival. So I'll try to get out of town somewhere.
Now, the question before the board is, do we really want to plan 2 events?
If we can make money, Jamie was responsible for the fall festival. We brought in 26 guys an hour.
I got it.
And so if Jamie can't do all that stuff, should be right.
But
I like it. We have now.
Because the people outside of the city don't want to help us out.
Well, it's going to be hard to reach that. I think it'll be hard to reach the rule. But we can try. And I think if we try, I'm doing like the little stuff to me, people don't look. They haven't supported the fall festival for years. Then what are they going to do now?
I just they've taken away things for the older people. Like the violin contest and the fiddle wrestle. They're throwing in a lot of older people.
Well, and another person, Floyd, suggested that that's why he was here, because he wanted to talk about sweethearts and sweethearts does really well. I am a creation of our house.
I think what are Gary's wall. But I don't even know if the stone works or if it's even in there.
Well, you can do things by really for a while. Yeah. The cleaning harvest really generates a lot of money. People get it going. And look at doing down here in Moscow. They're doing it online. They're not
I'm
pretty sure.
it's not, you know, because I don't know, the nice Columbus doing. I'm fully sure he knows all about it.
Can I explain it? Is that all right? Or you-
Yeah, no, I didn't know.
Okay. What you do is clean a heart is you put 52 cards on a somewhere suitable for everybody. Now, if they get to clean hearts, they automatically win. You pay like $5 each time you draw, or you just want to decide the cost is to draw a card. And it keeps going until somebody draws to clean a heart, and then they usually split 50-50. But it's just be able to pin shape, and then like whoever's holding it.
But that's what it is. And then while they're doing that down there, they do raffles, and they do sell food, and they have beer mugs. I don't know the town, if they know the license. I don't know about any of that, but I know.
That's what he was doing. Yeah, we have to.
Well, I was in the one day, and then of course I was like, how do I first? But I haven't heard of them. And then they do down there is they use the GoFundMe page on Facebook, and they've got people all across the United States that are buying the cars on GoFundMe, and that's what's sitting there. Their amount of money down there is crazy. You know, I can't remember what got up to it. It was over $1 million. It was a lot. So anyway, it's like. I'm not going to volunteer. He doesn't not here, but I think he was going to volunteer.
You volunteer.
I'll volunteer. I think he was going to stick his back and try to help. You know, Laura used to do it at the Harbor Shore on a one day, not because I need a public.
Okay, so everybody needs to think about ideas. And let's come back here next month with a regular read. And I'll get it.
And think big.
Think big.
Think big.
Because if we've got enough hands to help, I just know that 1 or 2 people is a lot for one.
Right. I agree. But you know what? It's a lot for a few people to go down there and have no crowd.
I think it's so
disheartening.
Absolutely.
You know, nobody.
Absolutely.
It's like go there, but yeah.
You have to sell it too. You have to get up in front of people.
We need to
It's going to take a coordinate on that as well.
We need to probably consult the farmers on that too about the weather.
That's okay. I canceled Mother's Day at my house over the weather report, so I should have. So. Okay, so but anyway, I think that if you would, if you guys agree with me to pursue it, do you want me to continue to try to have communication and give some numbers?
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Mike.
Okay.
Mike,
Yes.
anybody yes. or anything? I'll let you.
Definitely.
You know, I mean, you know, it takes money to make money.
Right.
But, like I said, maybe there's some sponsors.
If there's anything you need from me, reach out.
Do we ever get money from the fall festival?
The P&L says that we gained $400 and some odd dollars. The figures that the former clerk put out said we lost $29,000 or $29,000.
Well, probably adding the pavilion training. What was that? How much trade period? 12 grand?
What pavilion?
The rice pavilion, the one that we had to what's called the stage.
Oh, the stage.
Oh, we should. I don't know. I don't know pavilion.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stage.
I'm not sure.
Well, I'm pretty sure it was right around 12 grand.
But, you know, there's 2 different.
So that was a deficit shoot up against that. So, I would also like to know if there's anybody know, like, because he's asking me questions. Do you have a sound system and all this stuff? And it's like, the city doesn't own anything. They've always just hired me.
I also asked them how many wattage they take. Sometimes at the at the county fair, they have to rent generators to handle all the towers and those kind of things.
Well, see, and I'm not, I mean, I don't want to think little, but I don't think Metro County Fair either.
No, but some of that sound equipment takes more amperage than we can handle down there. You can put.
So when I find that out,
Yeah.
well, I asked, I said I just assumed that she had horrible something. Carry over.
Well, we have affordable sound system and sound station, lighting and sound.
Yeah, well, I don't know yet.
And depending on, if they're entertainers, most of them stuff
But he asked me what would be providing, so,
Right.
and I
But
could see
some of that stuff requires a lot of amperage.
Okay,
Yeah.
I understand, so I'm sure that I addressed that.
I asked about the money from the fall festival. I'm gonna go down and check houses and see if we can line up if the money was ever deposited.
You don't have to go down where?
To the bank and pull out.
Do it right here.
Oh, okay. Because we thought that I heard that they wouldn't want to put any money in for it.
Yeah, there was some, I've seen some deposits. So, does that, everybody come back next month and we'll have ideas for fundraisers and
fireworks will shoot or do where it says.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, you know. So,
And Dave is wanting to spend a lot, so, you know, if we can come up with some ideas that'll be fun and entertaining and people can bring their own.
And then plus you can go get donations from those places. They'll give you
Yeah, but like she said, you don't want to take away from, to fireworks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Glenn said, you don't want to take away from the Fall Festival. Because I think that really, honestly, I wanted to go to the Fall Festival. I thought that would be, because it's going to take something to get people here. They're so used to going down there and being down here for an hour or two and leaving. I've been watching the whole time I've been longer, and it's like,
yeah.
There's
And they don't have anything to keep the older people.
well, there's no maintenance. You know, they were fancy driving on them.
Yeah.
It was my very favorite thing in the world, you know.
Okay.
So,
okay, we need to move on. But that's our plan. We're gonna come back here next month with ideas.
okay.
And you keep talking to Ruby's people.
I will.
And if there's any questions that you leave, I might be able to get some answers from my
Okay.
son.
And I'll see about you was in line, but you said, because that's really important.
What did I say?
Yeah. Steve. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna say,
If he comes in there,
Yeah. Blows fuses.
the way like that, we can't handle the electric
Right.
without getting a big generator or something. And I have no idea of like if they're how many amperes they put in, depends on the crew. I mean, they've had some of the big units that would power a cold store.
What did they do not the last Fall Festival, the time before? I think it was a great big band right across from your house, Janet, wasn't there? Kind of behind.
Yeah, Roberts, yeah.
I don't know what
that was a little Barnes thing. That was costly.
Yeah, it was costly. Did they bring their home generator?
Probably.
Yes,
Now,
yes, they did.
there is another band that's local called Draw. And there's a lot of band members who used to play with my brother. And they might be a second alternative. Because I play all
As White suggested was this Vaughn.
Frankie Vaughn?
No, not Frankie. That's high school, but he's been going to dinners.
Oh, he's a younger one.
And yeah, so I said the highway will see the problem. Yeah. Really, he's got a great problem.
So if we can't get Ruby Lee,
well, I'm not going to say we can't. I'm not good enough yet.
Okay. All right.
So saying we can.
We'll see you back here next month.
Okay. And then another thing before I ask you to relay you, this is open for a long time, is talking to the clerk. You guys didn't talk about days, and he said, couldn't she work 5 6-hour days so you can have somebody here instead of 3?
And the other girl I talked to, she wants to, there's 3 days a week that she wants to work 4 hours. And then make up the hours, that'd be 12. And then the 30 to 18 hours would have to be split. So
I wanted to ask you, and I didn't want to cause ruckus, but you doing the job. How many hours does it require?
A lot.
Okay, how many?
Well, it depends.
I mean, with 3 days be enough or not?
I think 3 days, concentrated days would be. If you get on a schedule, I've been so off schedule. I have to do it when I can. Water bill is, tomorrow.
Well, not every day. I go like a 3 day a week.
Getting ready for the biggest part of it is the water bills and getting ready for the meetings and copying everything. And that can even be automated. where we could put that on the website and they can have their packets early, and know what they're asking.
Well, he's so concerned about the budget that I thought of having parked and he mentioned 3 days before.
Well, when I was mayor, they had that we did 6 hours, 5 hours a week. 5 hours a week. 25 hours.
Oh,
She did it working that well done.
yeah, I think it's gonna take a little more than 24.
Yeah.
To get a little bit automate with all of it.
Well, it shouldn't shut your phone, turn it down.
Well, not the things, not right at first, the things I gotta go through the budget and everything. In a perfect world, yeah. And there's been, you know yourself, the violate and all of that. Okay. Update regarding claim against the former clerk's surety bond. I think I've already talked about that. I'm gonna keep working on that. That's not to mention other things that I have to do. So it's kind of a hit and miss, but I intend to get them done within the next 2 weeks and sent off. I have to get a box from the post office and all that stuff. Every one of these had to be redacted. You can't send that information out. So anyway, orders for removal from office if 3 meetings are missed per term unless doctor notice provided. This is for board members and mayor.
Now, it says special meetings or just standing meetings. Do we have any ordinances, Lee, that that even states it or comes in and we already currently have it? We were talking about to see what we had to actually eliminate.
As a meeting, we need a quorum.
Let me address this a little bit, Jen. Any removal of an officer has to be done by an impeachment, and the statute just says for good cause. So it can be done on, that is to say, if missing meetings is grounds, then you have to convene a board of impeachment, then you have to lay formal allegations out and allow everybody to defend and hire somebody basically to sit as the to preside over the board of impeachment. But you wouldn't necessarily having a special ordinance saying that that's one of the good cause. That's a redundancy.
Didn't we have that when we got rid of Jamie, that guy?
Well, and Jamie's problem was mostly that he ended up resigning because he wasn't a resident anymore after.
That's right.
Not voluntarily exactly. Apparently, it was time to get ordered out.
Yeah.
But
I was positive at one time we had an ordinance that said if you missed 3, because Joe Clark was the mayor for less than a year, and he missed 4 meetings in a row.
Yeah. Well, there used to be an ordinance, because I remember we had an ordinance. I looked through the ordinances as they presently exist, and I haven't found that. There are a number of ordinances that we used to have that just aren't there.
It could have been lost in the flood.
Could have been lost in the flood, or it could have been repealed in the meantime, and not kept.
Yeah, there's a whole book of repealed ordinances.
Yeah, I just might want to look at the repealed ones just because that might account for why I'm not seeing the ones that I had.
I might let you.
Okay.
And then
if you ask them.
Well, please let me see the repealed one.
Okay, well, you get a chance. Okay.
Make copies, can.
All right.
So,
Do you want to do an ordinance for that? Or do you want to look at the ordinances we have?
Yeah, I don't think we need to have a special ordinance saying 3 meetings. If something becomes critical, we can make all the suggestions that we need to make. But otherwise, we're dealing with we're trying to supersede the will of the voters, and so that can only be done very.
The main.
Well, you had override the ordinance then, because we did have an ordinance about it.
Well, we did, but we don't have one now.
Well, I know, but could it at that time override it?
No, I mean, we still had to have been an actual impeachment to make it right. And I don't believe we ever had to do that.
The bottom line is, and the thing to be considered by all, is that our meetings, by ordinance, are the 7th Monday of every month at 6 o'clock. Any special meeting is discussed at the board meeting, and we usually clear dates. Anything can happen, but if it does, I just would like to know if you're not going to be able to. I'm not trying to get into your personal
Well, there
business.
has been times where me and Dave both felt we couldn't make it, and then staying up here with Dave when we had a meeting right before the work of budget, we both told you we couldn't even make it the next time. Or it's like the meeting that we had that I wasn't here previously, since the school, when I told you at the school, I couldn't make it that day either.
I don't recall you saying you had to work, but I don't recall you saying you couldn't be here. Anyway,
At least have 3 people.
anyway, yeah, as long as we have
We have a
all
quorum, it's no problem. But
That'd be okay.
3 people.
It will be addressed on a case by case.
Yes. So that's the bottom line. You know, we always clear the date at the meeting, and the monthly meetings, the regular meetings are every month, second Monday at 6:00. Period.
Which, can you make a note on that, since I hate to put, April needs to be changed. Because April, we're gonna have an extra meeting every month unless we change it.
Well, just to kind of give you an idea where my confusion was, is the one you revised for the May 8th versus May 9th. Your time limit is 4 p.m. and this is our regular meeting, and it says 11:45 a.m.
No, that's when it was
That's when it's posted the next day,
All right, so that one's at 6 p.m.
and this was at 6 p.m. It was just when it was posted. This one revised that one. This one superseded this one. I just didn't.
Right, our regular one's always, so, and on the website, it's
Yes, the meetings, we don't get election results till the 3rd. To the same.
Okay, I was thinking last month, not.
No, we tried to change it, so that way you didn't have to have an extra meeting, you need that sworn in, but we never got a chance. Cause we want to do it back to the election results.
Just that one in April.
Yeah, just April.
we got plenty of time. We can do that next month. So, yeah, we're gonna move on. Motion to allow members to join meetings by phone or permitted. That was done during COVID.
Oh, you skipped something.
Yeah.
10, you skipped 10.
Oh, discussion regarding setting a date to obtaining rate stay. I'll need to call MRWA, talk to Gary and Dustin when they can do it, but I'm willing to do that. If you think the time is right now, or you want to wait for rate stay.
I said even probably somewhere in June for you to set up.
June?
Yeah, I have no problems with that. I mean, rate study's done for you.
Yeah, well, it hasn't been done. The sewer has been done, but not the water system. Oh. Okay?
I don't think that's something we got a motion on for.
No, we don't.
We can just get that, yeah.
This one needs a motion to allow members to join meetings by phone no longer permitted. That was done during COVID, for convenience, so we didn't all get together and contaminate each other. So,
Is there any laws on that?
Yeah, just a law that says we should accommodate.
Okay.
So if we, I don't know that we.
If somebody maybe was working out of town or something like that.
it's better that they join by phone.
Then that's all.
That's how I go.
I mean, and it happens when, like, Steve
was on the road,
yeah.
And you can,
Get things done.
He's got 2 presents here, and he wants to host that board.
Yes, that's a cool phone, I hope so. But if I drop signals,
Yeah.
or anybody else.
Well,
Let's just say,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, there's nothing to deal with it.
All right. So we'll go to the next one. Overtime must be approved by the entire board of aldermen. We talked about this at the last meeting, but I don't know if we came to a conclusion.
Well, again, I want to refer that one to Attorney Lee. Is that a federal statute about overtime? What is exactly can or can't?
I had this confused when we came up last time because it seemed like we were talking about 2 different things, and I still don't know which it is. Whether overtime has to be approved before it's incurred, as opposed to whether it's paid if it has been incurred.
does that, and then to answer the question, the federal law, the FELA says that if somebody works overtime, they get paid overtime.
I have a big problem though. We discussed Gary's pay when we gave him a raise, and we all agreed. I thought we gave him overtime on every check.
That's,
Well, that was when we were doing the bottled waters, because he was working Saturday and he was working evenings.
Well,
That was the bottled water.
One time, was there something you should?
So this happened when I was here. It happened, I think, under Rob Guinness, if I remember right. But in any event, the question was whether that automatically guaranteed him overtime, whether he worked it or not, and whether he counted for it or not. And we never were quite sure whether we could take it out. It came up in Dave Price mentioned last time whether we had to split his pay equally between water in general and sewer. And that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. If he's only working for sewer, then he can be paid out of sewer. But if he's not working for sewer, he shouldn't get paid out of sewer because our bond is in trouble that way. In any event, so I don't know what the question is other than to say, if we're talking about paying somebody for overtime that is worked, yes, we have to do that. If the question is, do we have to authorize before the overtime is done, that's another issue. And the board can, it's kind of unhandy, it's sort of an awkward way to do it if all of a sudden we have to have some kind of emergency meeting because there's a flood or something of that sort, then Gary's going to be called in to do overtime. I don't know how the board wants to address it. A lot of times when everybody's pulling in the same directions, it would be considered to be an executive kind of decision, and the mayor would be the one as opposed to the entire board.
Either or two, rather than if, it's like this week before payroll. We've got to get payroll off of that. We've got to get to where they're a week behind.
When you say payroll, I don't understand.
Well, payroll now is, we're paying him for hours he's working up to the day of pay.
So on Friday, he's getting paid for the week he works.
Yeah.
Or bi-weekly, or I don't even know.
He's getting paid for hours that on Friday that, he's putting down when he's working, but he hasn't booked it yet. So most companies, you're a week behind with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just have, I get mine on Friday too, but I'm usually there on Friday.
You pay him on Friday, but you don't pay him for work that you don't. 2 weeks is not.
So should we move it Thursday to Thursday, so he still get that this little weekend, and then Friday comes a
But you don't pay him for the week of payroll. You know what I'm saying?
If I'm week behind, we're getting
Week
paid
behind.
out.
Exactly. Exactly. That's
So
the
that
way
you don't.
How you transition that?
Well, he's got PTO. So if he could take a week of PTO, we can just not pay him that week, and then
He would, but it'd be PTO to him.
but it would be caught up with payroll.
And then he'd still be a week behind on the pay where he's still paid.
Right. His.
How much PTO can he accrue?
I'm not sure. He's got quite a bit of it.
I went there again. I didn't know. I was never seen. I was never shown the.
Is that something else we need to look at on the legal aspect, what a PTO is and all?
But now when I worked at the hospital, yes, we did flex hours. If we had overtime, we flexed our hours. In other words, if I knew I was going to work 4 hours overtime, you went home 4 hours today. Before payroll, I went home 4 hours early.
It's not a requirement to do it.
I just really thought there was something nice about Gary, that he was going to end up getting a special amount of money every month or every month. And it wasn't at that point he would get paid overtime.
No, he was getting overtime for getting bottled water. One reason.
Oh, no.
No, she's saying the salary. So basically, you're saying this is salary.
It was not overtime.
So he gets paid on Fridays, and he's paid for that week. Does he get paid if it's Friday? Oh, every
other Friday.
Right now it's every other Friday?
Yeah.
So it's a 2 week.
Probably.
Yeah.
So
So we went
I paid him this past Friday for hours that he worked up to that day. Instead of paying him for the 2 weeks prior to that.
So then if we're doing that, we pay him weekly?
No, we're paying him every 2 weeks, but he's working up to that time.
But if you're paying him on a Friday,
In other words, if he's turning in a time machine and he's saying 8 hours on Friday, and on Friday comes and he gets sick and he doesn't work them, then it's not like if you were paying for 2 weeks prior, because that would be an issue. You know what I'm saying? Are you looking at his time sheets? Because that was getting out of water and out of sewer, and you wouldn't have. Primarily he's working for too, so we're not taking Well, that's
Well, I don't believe you.
yeah. The general pay. So yeah, it generally. Yeah, I don't know. He's not doing a lot for the water. Water
Well, that's good. We don't need nothing.
being regulated. Yeah.
I think we probably look at some policies and see what we can and can't do, but I don't want to take it all when it's such a stick of it.
I come from the Labor Relations Board, and I called the lady yesterday. I don't have her name with me, but in April of 2025, the federal government took over the PPO or trading time, overtime, as opposed to taking time off. And they told me that unless we had standard operating procedures in effect prior to that day, we have to go by federal law, which is 40 hours, anything over overtime. If you're assigned 30, you're to pay 32 hours, 33 hours in overtime. Anything that you're agreed to work the person, anything over that is overtime. And since we don't have standard operating procedures, we don't have a lot of choices on whether or not we pay overtime or not.
Whoa. So 33 hours is overtime now?
If you tell Mr. Phillips he's only going to get paid 32 hours, he worked 33 hours, it's an hour overtime, because you told him he was going to be, the only way we can get around this, now, hey, that's federal law.
Well, I've worked in 10 years.
Call the legislature.
I'm not arguing with you.
I talked to him last month.
Okay, it's changed.
Now, with that being said, the only way,
Does he do a lot more overtime?
the only way we get around the overtime.
No, I'm just, he generally, if there's a
Or, he's called out.
Friday, I was in early, Gary's 39 hours. We find the list. We have supervisors on that. And it's going to take 5 hours to pitch it. Mr. Phillips has got to get paid that 4 extra hours.
Steve, I think we're all agreeing with you, because he did address the overtime. That I don't think it's really an issue for them or say that.
If he works it, he gets paid. There's no doubt. Well, a question that I thought perhaps was being raised is whether the board had to authorize it, if he gets called in the middle of the night in an emergency and all that kind of thing. I think, obviously, if he's working overtime, the law requires that he be paid.
Right. But the thing of it is, the only way we can get around not paying overtime is negotiate with Mr. Phillips on a salary.
So you can't.
Well, no, we have not.
No, that's one of those easy dodges, like having an independent contractor. If he's not really in a management decision-making kind of company man kind of thing, though, you still got his hours have to meet the minimum wage and the FEMA and that.
I have no problem with that.
But what we can institute is more accountability.
Well, that would come on the standard operating procedures.
Yes. I mean, he's and I'm not saying he's doing anything, but he is not accountable.
Well, I think me and James would agree. We need some policies that outline how they operate in that, all of us, how we operate in navigational maintenance, that it stays, and then if we don't, then we be accountable for what it stays.
Well, we can take small steps, though. If what we're talking about, I think, is protecting the city from paying him for out of the sewer account, for example, if we don't have some kind of record indicating that he worked for the sewer so many hours.
Clean filters, X amount of hours.
It's always down, you know.
Always sort of.
That's the matter. I think that's something you would get policy right up and implement.
Yeah, well, we should be.
I think that's been one of my biggest complaints.
I know it has, and I would love to accommodate you.
We're not accommodating.
I would love to have that. I've said all along, we need to have policies and procedures. I wrote it in the hospital, but you gotta have time to be able to do it too.
I don't disagree, but I agree, but I mean, for us to enforce something, you have to have it.
So, we're gonna go over.
Hold. I don't know where this information is coming from. This is from the federal government. Overtime is only paid if working over 40 hours a day.
I will get you a phone number.
Okay, I'm looking at Missouri state law. Missouri state law does not have a law stating that working over 8 hours in a single day constitutes overtime.
David, he just addressed it. 40 hours a week, and the state does what the federal government does. Lee just.
The state legislature took over this in April of 2025. I'll get you the exact date.
So if you find out,
Relations Board in Jefferson City.
okay, I'm looking straight to Jefferson.
I would say, I talked to her lady, and that's
You don't remember because I'm sorry.
I'll text it to you. I didn't have it with me.
Okay.
I don't know where are you? Lee did state 40 hours. I said it's a federal.
Yeah.
You're saying it's a state.
I'm not breaking the federal law.
If we.
No, he works over
we
I just want to make sure it's over 40 hours, correct?
What's
No, if you hire me for 32 hours,
30 hours.
He just said no, it's 40 hours.
She works 31 now. He's on it.
the way I was.
There's the overtime. Then.
If you hire me for 30 hours a day,
Anything over overtime, it will be. Yes.
Yeah, it's always been. And
He's expected for 40 hours.
That's
If he works 41.
Why don't we let you?
That's okay, yeah.
Why don't we let Lee look at that for the city clerk to define the actual legality of that?
I think you couldn't stop me.
No.
Okay.
This isn't something really for.
because really, hiring somebody at 30 hours a week, so you need to know.
Right, it was 31, yes.
Almost 31. It'll be hard to know that.
But it should be approved ahead of time. That's my point.
Unless it was something emergency or
That's my point. You know, if I asked her to stay, like the meetings, you know, is she
Right, that's
flex
clear.
her
I'm with
hours
you.
for that? Or is she gonna get paid overtime for that? That is something
Or
that's
would it be
expected.
straight now and that's reaching 40 because it's the only one we've got.
That is expected of her.
Listen, is a new hire her in for 30 hours, and you ask her to stay over 2, those 2 hours is
Right
not
now, that is correct.
But that,
The other thing is the ordinance requires the clerk to attend all the meetings, so it probably has to be flexed. That is, say, she might get credit some other part of the week for the time she spends at the meeting, because that is a requirement for this.
So she doesn't get her 30 hours plus the meetings?
no, that's part of it.
So the meetings are.
So she would get less hours during the week and then the meeting hours.
Right.
That's what that's
I
this.
see.
It's the meeting. Oh, it's the meetings on Monday, then Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, she can take however many hours she was here, take that off her week.
I just think that the idea of what he's saying is important, because if you think you're paying her 30 and she stays over for 2 hours, and it's not a voluntary.
I think the purpose of this was that nobody arbitrarily says, I'm going to, work overtime today. Without letting somebody in government know.
Yes, I agree.
I would think that would have to be in the policy if stated when she gets hired on. That way everybody knows what it is.
Yes, right.
There's no miscommunications. There's no sour bridge or whatever they want to call that. They know coming, what the scope of work is, what their job requirements would be.
Hours and days.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what are we gonna do about that?
We're gonna let me research what we're gonna research it.
Yeah, thanks.
We're not letting you do it.
No.
He's insisting to do it.
Stop me.
Okay, good. So that's
Okay, approval of a vault wrench. Gary needs a vault wrench Now, somebody was telling me there's
multiple valve breach.
yeah. Well, that sounds kind of curious, doesn't it? You go out yeah. If there's anything out there
With the new system, some of them are 6.5 feet down the ground. We only got a blind rate with them.
Would it come out of sewers when it's that sewage stuff?
No, it's water out here.
It's water and sewer. It works through the wall. Because Gary uses it up at.
I say, because he's had the gauge that's drinking from the sewer behind the sewer.
But I was saying that Bob was talking to you this week, and he said there's some wrenches out there, so we need to look and see.
Yeah, but I know what he's talking about. He had to borrow the one right when we had the rains, what, a month and a half ago?
Yeah.
Well,
We don't have one every year.
He come out.
He had that wash.
Make sure.
It's a big long one, and if he ain't got it, I'm sure we hope it.
We need to make sure.
Well,
Before you buy it, let me know, because Bill still can buy all those tools at cost.
well, we still are in rainy season. I would put a motion that if it's a couple $100, let's go ahead and get
It's
it.
not even yet. But I did the research on it. We have to order it because Home Depot.
Well, let me check to see the supply.
Okay. The one online with Granger is $45.35.
And if it's used for the sewer, it can come out of the sewer. Am I not right?
Yeah,
Maybe 50, 25 to them. I put a motion in, we get the wrench. If we're gonna, I already know we had to borrow one last. I put a motion in, we get the wrench, we get it engraved, we get a picture of it, we put it on the list that we have it, and we know where that's at.
That's another thing, we need an inventory.
I second.
I would add to that. I want to put a cost to. If we buy this, we're at $570 then.
Well, he's talking $50, we're talking 25 out of water.
That's savings at 25 now.
But Dave, I want you to remember that there's water bills that are gonna go out and there's money that's gonna be coming back.
I get it, but
I can't tell you how much, but I don't want you to fixate on that. I get what you're talking about.
I get it, but you can't spend on
But you can't.
awful things you're earning.
Well, we can't borrow into somebody else's rent. We gotta have one of our own. And we gotta take care of this so we don't get
Mr. Henry was nice enough to put.
Right.
Can we put a limit on how much you spend?
He said $45,000.
There's nothing there in the motion that says 45.
We haven't made it for you.
Yeah, Bill's yeah.
Oh, Bill,
Patriotising motion to say, no more than $50 for this range.
How about I do better than that? How about we take half of it out of the general and half of it out of the sewer, get off the water bill? If it's at $100.
Can we do that?
Why not? I was just talking to the attorney. That's because it is a range for maintenance.
The water account is not, it's not budgeted or dedicated. So, you can always put money into water from revenue or spend money on revenue for water purchase.
That way we can get off that water. I agree, we gotta get off that water bill. We can do it the other way. We got money, 25 or $100 out of sewer, then the general.
That's fine. Why would you send me that picture?
So should I redo my motion?
Yes, please.
Put a motion that we'll go ahead and get the wrench. We can cap it at about $100, give or take a little there, and a little bit out of it. Obviously, we heard one for 50. If we get 150, 100, and part of that general, part of that sewer, we're off the water here.
Right. I have a motion, but I have a second. Okay. I have a motion and a second. Let's do roll call. Alderman Holcomb?
Yes.
Alderman McDonald?
Yes.
Alderman Baker?
Yes.
Alderman Rice?
Yes.
Okay. That's right. Oh, hey, we're at reports now. Would you please remind Mr. Phillips when we have a regular meeting that he should attend? Because there might be things other than what you're going to report that we need to ask you about.
Sure. I'll ask you. No problem.
I know you should put it on when he needs to come.
Yeah, I told him. I said,
I heard you silly.
I told him that.
Would that be overtime?
And Gary's bumping 40 hours after week with the mowing.
I don't get any problem.
I think we can,
Well, we're gonna have to figure that one out. Also, probably put that in some kind of policy so we can get that taken care of also for us.
it can be like the clerk, once a month. He gets lets his hours. And I get that he doesn't want that. It's like he can almost hear the grass growing, you know, and it's like annoying buzz right now. And I appreciate that. I'm not taking anything away from him. I appreciate that.
No.
But,
You'd have to, like,
you know, the board
set aside.
sometimes has to,
If he was already doing 40 that day and we came to the meeting, we couldn't flex that time. We had to have it. So that meeting, we'd have to give them basically whatever time off we need to leave for that meeting ahead of time.
You'd have to set aside time for the meeting during the.
Well, it depends on whether the meeting is during the payment.
That's what I'm saying, but whatever payment he needs to set aside for that, for the meeting.
Yeah, he can, you know, if it's the week before payroll, then, and it's up Monday,
Well, it had to be something.
then he can let you know the rest of the week for how much time. This is part of them. Okay, so it is the same thing.
I don't know if anyone's saying.
Yeah, but I do think we need to change to answer questions about all taxes. Okay.
Okay, you're all. I'm working by my way around.
We all have to see employees. City attorney's report. Let's hear from this guy.
There's just a couple of things that I wanted to touch base on, a couple of those. It came up some time ago that somebody was wondering whatever happened with the Northwest Fire Protection District agreement on that, and I understand that they have paid their.
They haven't paid their bill.
What happened was apparently it took them a long time to sign the agreement, but then I was shown, Justin Butler told me that, yeah, it was gonna happen, and so I went ahead and signed our part of it, and then he took it to the board, and apparently they signed it, still haven't got a copy of it, but the check came through.
Yeah.
So,
That's been way
that's a done deal. Well,
No.
we this was all negotiated last fall or summer, actually.
They also allowed you to that today, remember? We can go out to work and have to meet.
Oh, I know. It has been going on a long time. This is to resolve all those issues and then put them on a solid basis from this time forward. So they should be paying their water bill.
That's one of the big ones that we got in $500 that is cleared.
Are they reporting the
Yes.
mayors and that?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to talk at the next meeting, just to throw this out there, and I can do it in my mayor's report, but I want to talk to them about that 70,000 gallon tower. I know they said that the 30,000 gallon tower didn't fill fast enough, but I'm not sure how much longer we're going to need those boosters, and if we can let them have the boosters, they tap out of that 70,000 gallon tower. They don't tap down there.
And then I got a maintenance on or anything? Is that would that stipulate that, or is that something we don't have to maintenance all day?
No, we don't have to do it. I mean, it's disconnected from our distribution system.
That's what I.
So I will say it go right. Yes, they would take it over and take it, and they don't have to do anything with DNR because it's not potable water. It's not.
So then they would take care of it and use it in the.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
And if we have to give them the boosters, we can do that. If we don't need it.
So I donate it to our water department right here.
Exactly. Otherwise, we have to cap it off, and I just hate.
Well, these being used to help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we can turn it over,
rather than they'll take the water out of there, where we pay for it.
Right.
I'd much rather do that than 700.
I heard that in Indonesia it is illegal to use potable water for any purpose other than drinking. That's how scarce water is getting worldwide. So now once you get purified water, drinking water, you're not supposed to use it for anything else.
Yeah.
So that's something we need to get on the agenda for the next meeting.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm still going. I have more. We mentioned already earlier that I sent out the notices to CNC properties. CNC. Corey and Corey, with respect to the 3 lots that we sold them, and if we had leased back, basically, or guaranteed that we were going to pay $433 a month for their mortgage, and that's escrowed $5,000.
set aside to help the mortgage during the period of time that the water tower was paid. The water tower was used as staging areas for the water tower construction. That construction is over. We notified everybody, and we should be getting the balance of that. Now they closed with the bank, as I remember right. I've got those documents here. I think in October. So we probably didn't owe payments more than 6 or 8 months tops. And I talked to Tanya Willard. We have a sprint into her and told her about it, and emailed to her and Mr. Mudd. And so it's.
I don't know where we came up with the 433 because it only wound up being 297.
Really? Well, that was part of the agreement was spoke about, maybe it's up to 433. Somebody here came out to the actual case. If it's only 297, then we should get that much back.
This escrow account is set at 2357. This account should be actually closed out, and this money transfers to water.
Okay, but is well,
I can't do
but is that what's left out of the escrow?
Yeah, that's what's
Well,
left.
see, that's
And I think
that's you should have way more than that coming to us because it was just October, I believe.
Is that when the meeting was signed?
When they signed it, so they should only have about 6 or 8 months worth of payments coming out of $5,000. So there should be more money coming back.
You have 6 or 8 or 200 now?
Yes, it's 300 a month. Yeah, it's 450.
Anyway,
That's
that's more money that's going to be coming back to. That's where I intend for it to go anyway. Anything else?
Yeah, and a couple other things. One, there are still, and this is just a housekeeping thing, but we are required by law to have official records kept and a journal kept. And so that means we can't have minutes that are in an unapproved status. So we have to do if the minutes aren't if they aren't right, if they need correcting, then we need to correct them and then adopt them for the proceedings that have taken place. That's state law as well. The next point that was that there was an inquiry about the equivalency charge that is on the base rate of the water system. That based on an ordinance that passed in 1989, which was even before my time. Maureen signed it. It looked to me like it was typed up and required by some authority that wanted to loan us money, but wanted to make sure that our water rates were such that they were equitable, let's say. And what it said was, as an example, schools and nursing homes will have more people in there using their facility. So they just decided that 3.5 people constituted a family unit and justified an equivalency of a family for purposes of charging this surcharge to those entities. And the question was, why do other commercial properties such as the gas station or Cornhills for somebody not have to pay an equivalency? And it's largely because they cannot possibly have the same kind of usage that a school or nursing home have. But we had to try to address that and did some research on that. I'm not sure the last time I checked, there were 479 students, I think, in the school district, and that doesn't count the teachers and faculty, the administrators and whatnot. And I don't know if our equivalency has been updated with respect to the actual numbers in terms of how many were charged. I haven't looked at our own numbers about it, but I do know that that's what's supposed to happen is, and if it's not right, you can get changed, but that's what we're living under right now.
But that's not something that's unique to Silex.
Oh, no. Well, virtually everybody does that. And then as soon as you get a water drain,
They help on that? Or?
yeah, it's all in those statutes. But everybody pays them, and different places have different formulas for it, and that's developed over time. It depends, but it's always like a requirement if USDA is going to issue your funds or whatever, they want to make sure that you're going to have enough revenue to pay them back. And so they dictate what it is. I wasn't here. I don't know who dictated.
And the equivalency is only on the sewer.
Is it sewer or water?
Sewer. Water is
It's
privacy.
a B street, on the sewer.
Water is privacy.
That's right.
Because we had bonds.
If you've got 500 students strapped there for, attending, or, for several hours a day, they're gonna be using the bathroom.
Right.
Okay, not everybody needs to go to the bathroom, when they're filling up their gas tank, doesn't wait until they go.
Yeah.
So it's
Mr. Hageman,
apples and oranges.
Mr. Hageman contacted me after the last meeting and was asking about that kind of thing. So he wanted to see the ordinances. I said, come on with that.
Yeah,
And, you know, he has yet to do it. So,
but they're there, and
Yeah, they're there.
they say what they say, and if the board wants to look at it and change it, that's their decision.
time to do that might be when we do the rates fit. Although that's equivalent still with the
Yeah, that's a water you've already done. So
Yeah. Okay, anything else?
that's all I can think of.
All right. Board of Aldermen reports. Let's go with Alderman McDonald, infrastructure.
Okay, well, thank you, number one, for the grant. I'm gonna put one button down here by the community building, and then that's gonna be used to keep the road up down here. Put the other one back on the end of Henry, and I'll use that up there. I'm gonna be doing the roads, trying to get to him as much as I can, but I'm gonna be helping Mr. Bill mow. The lot across from Mr. Rice and you, we don't own that.
We don't own that, but we have been keeping it up
You won't,
because.
I'm going down this week and mow.
Yeah, and I think we can figure out how much we mow every season. And I think we need to figure out how much and shoot her a bill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't gonna mow without the
No,
We need to tell her in advance before we cut stuff out.
I did. I did. I already sent her a letter telling her that we are gonna maintain it and she will be responsible for the gardens. Now, I haven't sent anything yet, but, we have that growing up and have snakes and everything across from their house. That's kind of bad.
I was just under the impression that we were just doing it without telling her that you were gonna collect it. I was like, I can see us getting back.
No. I mean, who owns property and doesn't maintain it? It must be. Why? If you're not gonna do anything with it, you're not gonna maintain it, then.
There are snakes.
Yeah, that's-
Along down in Evergreen Court, I killed a copperhead.
Yeah, but
Right down on the little road.
Why don't we put a motion?
Okay, we put them out. I didn't really have.
well, I think you just it's already down. So you should have right the bottom. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. If you really go say we have 9 times with it, and they used to be I know. There's more than $5 or something. That's no reason. The mayor and the police chief were authorized to give those.
I can pull up.
That's all I need.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I was trying to just pull out truck. Yes.
We're still already paid.
Alderman Holt, I'm sorry, I skipped you. I didn't.
Well, I didn't just put you last. I didn't know who's ordinance now. Oh.
I don't even see you on here. I'm sorry.
Well, parking race.
That's good. I said
I did it on by the motion at the beginning of the meeting. You back them.
Yeah, I'm talking.
Well, Parks and Recs, we haven't done a lot. I mean, obviously, that's private legislature, we spend money for the budget to figure that out. But if there is money simply can be used at any time, you can go on your committee, a car show, or something, anything we can use to cut up the money. Obviously, do some. Obviously, we'll float that by. I don't have a lot of parks and Recs for that.
Yeah, we need to be.
I know we need to look at the electric things once it comes in there, and I don't know what Gary's had the water shut off with the fluid system in there. I don't know what's going on with it.
Bill did before the.
I know the leak. Hey, we did have a leak.
Yeah.
So I know enough. I'll reach out to Gary to see
He
what.
said there was no leak in there because Gary told me he was going to have to break off the concrete. Bill said he put something in when there's no leak and he didn't have to dig.
Well, we'll just double check. I guess. We'll know.
Yeah, that's good. To be sure that,
Yeah, we can because I know the GFC boxes are down there. I don't know if we ever have held, but before some kind of a big event that's going to be we'll talk about that, see what they cost to get that time. Obviously, I don't want to take any cost. Other than we have to maintain the cut.
That's what we're gonna have to do now, Willie. Instead of hiring an outside contractor, we're gonna have a lot of people in-house that know how to do that.
Oh, I don't disagree. So we'll just say when the time comes, when the time's right, you do the budget. Till then, I always have put it in. We've got the ramp up here, and say, yeah, everything got.
In process.
No. I'm just saying. We've got a lot of things on the way to get to the budget. I mean, obviously, you got something in doing. Like I said, the other one. I said, you know that. Do something that's particular. No, not the older.
Oh.
The older one.
And I had a plan for the floor of the pavilion that's not concrete. I thought we could put a memorial park, people could buy tiles and their loved ones in name on there, or bricks. And that's how we finished that floor.
Maybe, but over time, those things you do, when you come to the hell of maintenance.
So concrete
Is nothing. We can direct. Let's get some events and then pay it off. We have an order out there. I'd like to have some clean rock on it and call it good for the time. Let's make some money and get back into where we can.
Okay.
But with that, we did have an event over the weekend. It's a little bit out of my thing, but I want to put a shout out to the Lincoln County Sheriff's Department. I specifically want to thank Tabitha Peebles. Am I saying that correctly?
Yes, sir.
She was very professional in an instant that was hours of total chaos. She came in. She was very clear-headed, talked very clear. I definitely want to say thank you to her and everything she has done. The other one, and I don't know who she was, but whoever she is out there, the ambulance driver that night that came at Saturday morning, early hours, I want to thank her too. She was very, very professional. She took care of it, made sure the kids were taken care of when there was still a lot of chaos. Those two women held their ground, didn't let nothing faze them, and I think they should be thanked, appreciated, and just know for who they are. And I want to thank you.
Billy.
I'm a day daughter. The last thing I probably want to say is I'm an old country boy. My neighbors are old country kids. We're not going to tolerate women beating, child abuse, or drugs at our schools. You all think you can come here and do that?
Yeah.
And I don't care what the lag time is for these gentlemen to get here. There are going to be other ones that are going to say no, and it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Again, thank you.
You're not doing I want to thank you for, you and Ed for standing up and
I know probably some people know what we're talking about, or ain't trying to drag it in there, but we had an incident where he was making a job with broken door places.
Yeah, and I want
Kids saying it, yes. Oh.
I know it wasn't something you cooked.
Oh no, I'm out there and I handle hands for sure my crops, trust me. That was not coached to me. I'm a hand cross.
Okay, Alderman Baker, ordinance.
well, again, I haven't done anything with it. Lee and I will get it together with that, won't we?
Anytime you want.
I'll get I don't even know for that.
Well, I've got copies of them. That's all I got. I've got a digital copy of them that they'll just provide to me, and I could generate one on a disc if you want. But if you come in, I can give you paper copies. I really want to do it. They're here and there.
Okay.
So either way.
Okay, we do have paper copies here.
Absolutely. That's where
Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. Billy's got one more thing to say.
I want to put out there, we're going to address, I have talked to Mr. Elliott, Attorney Elliott here. We are going to address the ordinances before we sit. I have talked to him, we're going to God give us a set, what he believes is real. We are going to sit down, look at those as a whole, and we're going to get out to the public eventually exactly what we have. And that way the board finally does know what we have. We don't know what we have. We can tell people what we have, and we're all on the same page, and we can move forward.
Yeah, and the same with policies. We get policies, we put them on the website too, you know, just get on to there. Okay, Alderman Rice?
I'm sorry, I'm tomorrow I'm no spending, but in the past 1 to 2 years, every time I would bring something up about way over what, oh, we have money left. Don't worry about it. We got money left. Don't worry about it. They'll bring us. So I am going to be hard, and I apologize that I'm stating my opinion. I'm going to be very, very hard about it because we've wasted money on foolish stuff, and it needs to stop. And I apologize. That's just how I feel. I feel that this water and bills situation should have never gotten this far. And we were talking about overtime earlier. We had found out that an employee, I won't say the name, gave themselves 8 hours of overtime, unauthorized, unbeknownst to anybody, because there was nobody checking things. And hopefully now we can work together and put an end to that with some oversight. But as far as
I intend to instill oversight. I couldn't do that with the former clerk. It was not possible. It just wasn't. So I intend to instill that, you know, I'll approve accountability, paychecks and accountability, yeah.
Yeah, and we might have to have a meeting about what the city clerk can do, like Billy said.
Right. Whatever troubles.
Yeah,
Right.
and don't let him get out run the city.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna say a lot, you can block if you want to, I don't care. I'm running low on, office supplies. Copy paper, everything that you see in your folders is, and I bought the last 2 reams and I don't mind buying some more, but we probably need to buy a whole case. And I can look and see some of what they have at Walmart is cheaper stuff and it comes out of the copier product.
But it's cheap.
But it's cheap. Huh?
People better do that. What do they call it? The thicker paper? Or?
Yeah, I think what I got from Walmart, the regular paper, not the knockoff paper, was good. But Quill has it also. It's usually pretty cheap. Yeah.
I just got my friend to just sign by. I thought
Yeah.
it was cheaper stuff. I jam it all the time. I put a certain time there.
And there's times, you know, I'm going to need stamps for the water bills and things like that.
I think we can probably get policy to set this up for such stuff there.
Yeah,
Can't we just like cash out? That's what we pay for the stamps and things like that.
Yeah, we could, but
I think we trust everybody, don't we?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I had.
Well, maybe like once a month to pay the bills we're buying and standing for the next month in front.
Do they not? We do not do the post. When I lived in Bowling Green, you had a little postage. Looks like a card.
Oh, a postage machine like
It's
that.
a little card. Yeah, like isn't it cheaper bulk?
Yeah, you can build bulk.
It's cheaper than buying stamps.
Yeah, you can, but you got to buy the two. You do? Yeah, sure you do.
I think you can buy a stamper. Just pay.
But you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
But I mean, an initial that's I think it's not high.
What's this case?
Because it has to renew it every time. You know, it's not something that, like the forever stamp.
Maybe it's time for you to delivery.
Yeah, I mean,
From some folks.
yeah, we got the. So the bottom line is, I'm going to have to have things like that once in a while, and I don't spend egregiously.
I make a motion that we have a petty cash open. We don't?
We have petty cash.
Oh, you do?
I haven't touched it.
Well, that's what it's for.
I know, but and I watch you do it.
Yeah, well,
Well, if we all know there's $200 in there, there's $200 with receipts in there, that's not a problem. There's $200 in there and $100 is gone, that's a problem, there's receipts.
Right, but that's not me.
So let's set something up for the future that we know what that is, who's gonna be access to it. If there's not two access spots or just one, I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out. Or if you got the debit card, you don't need a debit. You can usually do everything off the debit card and allow something with the policy. You get we obviously need the stamps to send out the work.
I also want next meeting to address signatories on the bank, because, they've has been the only one I've been going to because Billy, you have been abstaining from paying a lot of
I haven't seen the bank accounts of the statements. I was going to abstain so do so. That's correct.
So if you're abstaining, I can't remember what kind of.
So there's bank accounts like this, but I don't have the Gina. I've seen it.
That's why I would like to end.
Oh no, you can have somebody else to sign. I don't have. I don't really need that.
Janet's here all the time. She's at home, so that's something I could be watching for it. Also, there's something.
Well, did the signatories all have bonds? That's one I remember. I didn't think you said we did. Oh, that was
No,
it's
the mayor and clerk and me. Board president.
Well, then I'm
The mayor's part and who?
Board president.
And the finance person.
No.
Yeah, that's where we did make it.
No.
well, actually,
Not
it
what
was.
Yeah, I just said, why I say that?
That's right.
Yeah, I did.
That's not what we're paying for. I'm telling you, if you don't have a bond.
Just some people.
Oh, okay.
I would say I would agree. Whoever is in finance probably should be able to have access and see everything and bring it to the board.
Yeah,
I agree.
absolutely. I think you should say there's no
bond coverage. There's already bond. It's just the mayor.
But he didn't sign the check. Finance that takes at least two signatures for every check.
Yeah, so he's not
fine. Well, he's
there's something else coming out. It's called 79 Safe, and it is will be addressed in this meeting. It's for the month of Memorial Day through Labor Day. That's some of the worst times to be on the road. That's some of the times you have the people that aren't paying attention, driving drowsy and all of that. So they're asking for a proclamation, but they would like to come here and talk to us about that. So that'll be on the next day. And other than that, I want to thank everybody who has volunteered, who has come, pulled together. We've got to get back to this, and I just appreciate it more than all will ever. So, outside of my head ringing, I don't have anything else. I'm going to machine too.
Everybody got public comment.
Oh, yeah. Anybody want to make any more public comments? You wouldn't dare, would you? I'm kidding.
It's looking forward to what you guys are doing anytime.
Yeah.
It's getting exciting.
It's step in the right direction.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. All right.
David, when do you work tomorrow?
When I gotta look exactly. I think it's 11. It's either 11 to 7 or 10 to 8. I'm not exactly sure. Hold on, let me look.
Well, in recognition of this spirit of giving, this reality, this more, and all the progress, I've got probably $100 worth of copy paper. Come by the paper, and I'll give it to you.
Yeah. Nice. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for that.
My cats thank you because they can do without.
I give two things. One, the sheriff held to his staff. I don't know what you call them, deputies or, your brethren that for the fine job that they do. And I want to thank Mr. Holcomb for helping Mr. Phillips and I working down here with the traffic.
Oh, you got anytime you need.
I appreciate that.
I just love to see this, like Mr. Whitman saying, anybody needs their yard. I gotta give a shout out, Janie.
It's all right.
No, I do. My yard was looking pretty bad. I don't have a mower anymore. And, I woke up Saturday morning to the mower going off in my yard. Rusty and Sons cleaned my yard. And that's more than appreciated. Hopefully they're going to get me on a payment that I can afford and put it in my budget.
I think he said something that he was going to do about that traffic.
Yeah. I told my son to seek him out on Facebook and thank him too. So I really appreciate that. That kind of stuff goes a long way, guys. It really does. And you need to get back to that sense of community.
Hometown Drive.
Yep. I did my interview with Mr. Eads on Sunday, and looking forward to that coming out. I highly encourage you, if you can, to talk to him and let's get this back on track. Let's train it back on.
I can't even have it.
Yeah, but I have 9 employees. We had a conversation.
We did too. Yeah, we did too.
It's positive. It was all positive.
Yeah, it was nothing negative. He's not out to get you.
No, he's not.
So, that being said, nobody has anything else to say.
I do. I make a motion to turn.
I'll say it.